fans, and millions of trapped souls. I am the actual devil from literal Christian hell, and I am here to welcome you to Brawloween. For those watching across the various tiers of existence, you are in for a great show. And for those of you trapped souls lucky enough to be watching live and in hell, there are a few things you should know about watching a live sporting event in hell. First of all, the concession stands sell only sugar-free snacks. And the bathrooms, well, there are no urinals or toilets, just a very long trough for both solids and liquids. And you need to make unbroken eye contact when using them. Welcome to Brawloween.
Lock the doors, bar up the windows, and remember that there's someone buried in the cellar! She's buried in the cellar! Carl, she's buried in the cellar! Oh my god, she's buried in the cellar!
Why is she buried in the cellar? I don't want her buried in the cellar. I want her out of the cellar, or at least not buried.
She's buried in the cellar because this is Brawloween!
This is Brawloween?
This is Brawloween! I'm Deuce Silverado alongside Carl Featherbottom.
This is Brawloween.
This is Brawloween. 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 And now we throw it to Danny Storms for the match forecast.
Good evening and welcome to Titans Wrestling Online Brawloween Special. My name is Danny Storms, your resident meteorologist and match forecaster, here with tonight's match forecast. We have a lot of action in store for tonight, so let's head right on over to the Grappler Radar. As you can see from this map, we're going to start off with a pair of tag team matches. First up, we have Brock Hard and Werner Herzog branding themselves as Hard Law up against the team of Den the Willing and Boba the Chaos Rabbit. It looks like the chaos that we previously saw swirling around this match was in fact the Chaos Rabbit herself, Boba. With all that said, my models do not show Boba's chaotic nature working very well in a structured tag team environment. Adding to that, Boba herself does not seem terribly concerned with victory as a goal, so I don't see this turning out very well for the team of Boba and Den the Willing. I have a 69.4% chance that Hard Law will take this one to the bank. In our second match, we have Authority Corp, Big Boss and the Ultimate Manager going up against Alex, Ryan, Isaac, and Tuber. As I have previously stated, the network that this very program airs upon is owned by a branch of a subsidiary of a shell corporation that may or may not be owned by Authority Corp, and as a result, I am legally obligated to predict that Authority Corp will in fact win this match. Moving on, as you can see here, we are continuing the rivalry between General Doug and Paul Opposite, and I see General Doug taking this one with a 78.3% edge. Next up, I would like to issue this week's Storms warning to all 8 men who are participating in tonight's ladder match for the Belt of Damocles. I am seeing a statistical anomaly forming around the Belt of Damocles, and for that reason, I'm going to predict this match not with my standard meteorological models, but with Danny Storms' Deck of Storms. The winner of this match and the first holder of the Belt of Damocles will be the Sun. Consider yourselves Storms warned. Finally, we have a trio of championship matches tonight. First up, we have the Employee of the Month Championship to determine who gets the parking spot that the amazing Funtimestein and Dr. Michael Romano have been fighting over all season. And I'm seeing a 63.8% chance that Dr. Michael Romano retains the parking spot, which is outside his very own practice. Now we're moving into our Women's World Championship. We have a 3-way match featuring the Killer Queef, Hildegard von Bangin, and Indiana. Hildegard von Bangin has been soliciting some less than savory help to not only gain entry into this match, but to gain an edge within it. And despite all of that, I am still seeing a slight edge to the Killer Queef with a 39.8% chance of victory. Finally, we have our Men's World Championship, featuring Lyle Guard versus Everybody's Brother. Now, Everybody's Brother experienced an unfortunate loss in his last match against Anti-Claus when Lyle Guard interrupted to enforce the rules of sportsmanship. So we all know that Everybody's Brother is out for revenge, and that need for revenge I see giving the slightest 53.9% edge to Lyle Guard, who will be able to remain focused on victory and nothing else in this World Championship match. And finally, before I sign off, I have one more small update on my investigation into the Scooby-Doo-Gooder. As I mentioned last week, I have traced this anomaly all the way back to 1999, and from there I have been following it forward through time. In 2003, the data seems to indicate some kind of chaotic event occurring, an anomaly stacked on top of the anomaly of the already anomalous Scooby-Doo-Gooder. What that means, I can't say for sure, but I promise to keep you all up to date as my investigation continues. That's it for tonight. As always, much like the weather, anything could happen. But the one thing I know for sure is that tonight's action will be rowdy with a chance of pain.
Dirty win? Really? Oh, it was so dirty that the guy with the kendo stick that was whipping it around like he was freaking Kurosawa. Oh, we were just gonna give him the win? That's what it was? Oh, why didn't General Dougie let him win? Why didn't they just give him the win? You think Dr. Michael Romano limped into his medical practice and they said, oh, he's got a heart murmur, we should give him the belt? That's not how it works in the ring, Deuce. That ain't how it works, Carl. Alright? Tell you what, why don't you set aside the call sheet that one of you keeps mispronouncing, take a big helping heaping of that wrestling powder, and come in the ring and see what it's like for us to be tangling on that mat. I will hold the ropes for you.
Hello and greetings, Dr. Zachary Cambridge here, PhD of Theoretical Wrestling, and I would like to let you know that this belt of Damocles, of which I've heard so much, may as well be handed directly to me. First of all, I appreciate a reference to the classics, like the belt of Damocles. I can appreciate that, I assure you, far more than any Centaur Man or rock star or association footballer. They do not understand how prestigious such an award would be to a man such as myself. To show that all that I have written about, what my life's work has been leading up to, is this moment where I seize these theoretical opportunities and make them material. Now, some may criticize the way I performed in my last match. You ask me how I performed in a trios tag match. Preposterous. You might as well be worried about how Mozart played the triangle, or how Michelangelo did with his crayons. No. A trios match is far below the talent and intellect that I have. And it is part of my larger plan. Because if you had run the numbers the way I had run the numbers, you would understand that in the range of outcomes, in the match following a trios match, which leads into a title competition in which the title is vacant, there is a more positive range of outcomes for the loser who has not stressed themselves, who has not done more work for a meaningless 3-on-3 competition. No. The odds are on my favor. You don't understand. And then when you throw in, of course, 2 mystery opponents, well, that is what we in academia refer to as what do we refer to it? We refer to that as let me consult my paper.
I'm just gonna level with you. I have no idea who I am. Woke up in the middle of the ocean with Zteve written across my chest. I didn't know what else to do, so First thing I did was break into this house. To be honest, I don't think that was a very good idea. This house seems to be haunted or something. At least belongs to a cult.
You see that? It's gotta be a sacrifice or something. This. Some tiny plant covered in people's skulls. I don't even want to know what's in that room. I can't even get out if I tried. These hands are guarding the window. I still don't know how the door works. Damn.
If I make it out of here, I'm gonna go to Brocktoberfest or whatever it's called, and I'm gonna enter that ladder match. To be honest, I could care less about the belt and all. I just think getting thrown off a ladder might help me remember some things, you know? Now, how do I get out of here?
Trick or beating, Werner. This Brawloween, in the name of the employee handbook, Den the Willing and Boba the Chaos Rabbit are gonna take it to you and Brock in a way that's gonna be so painful it's scary. You better get yourself ready, because this year is gonna be frightfully painful. Because we need a raise!
Oh yeah, feels good to deal out some restorative justice. For Boba, that was a sneaky little trick you pulled, popping out your rabbit hole like that. I don't like rabbits. Never know where you stand with them. Humans are loyal. They always tell you what's on their mind. Rodents will turn their back on you as soon as somebody gives them a little treat. Can't talk neither. Are rabbits rodents? Well, I'm not a biologist, I'm just a country lawyer. But you want to take sides and saddle up with Den the Willing? Well, Hard Law's got a side for you. Hard Law's filing a class action lawsuit tonight on Brawloween. We win, Werner gets to make his movie. We lose, well, let's just say that Hard Law doesn't take many cases they plan on losing. I'll see you in the ring, you sneaky little rodent. Boba, I guess I'll see you too.
Please, go the fuck to sleep. It's been 38 minutes already. Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Go to sleep. Hell no, you can't go to the bathroom. You know where you can go? The fuck to sleep. A hot crimson rage fills my heart, love. For real, shut the fuck up and sleep. How come you can do all this other great shit, but you can't lie the fuck down and sleep?
Can Werner Herzog's remarkable career continue at TWO? There's only one place to find out, and that's in a wrestling ring. Carl, who you got?
Oh, I have to stay with Hard Law. They are quite a combo. The wily cockroach that can always survive a Werner Herzog. The tough, strong, rich lawyer of Brock Hart. How can you go against them?
He has literally had a phone put into a brick of gold. That is how rich he is. He could be Frankie Cruz's father, but I suspect he's not. That's how rich he is.
Incredible. That's absolutely right. He is Brock Hard, he's not Brock Cruz, so I think we can easily dispose of that rumor. But these two have found an incredible chemistry right out the gate together. They are undefeated as a duo, I think.
As far as we know, that's true. Brock Hard leading Werner Herzog to the ring. Once again, if they win this match, the lawsuit from Brock Hard and his firm will go through, and Werner Herzog can film whatever he wants here at TWO.
Yeah, and it seems to me he hasn't given us a lot of detail about the film he passionately wants to make. But we have to think now that it's something related to sleep.
Creatives, they are an ornery type. They keep things close to the vest. That is why you never really know what kind of strategy you're going to come up with from Werner Herzog, who I will remind you was killed by being thrown into a spotlight by Den the Willing on our debut show.
That's absolutely right, and he's only become all the more unpredictable since recovering from that death. Now we've got their two opponents, referred to as rodents by Brock Hard earlier. We have Dan the Willing here, finally updated his swag to the league's current name.
That's right, Den the Willing, full corporate shill now, no longer wearing classic swag, up-to-date swag for Den the Willing, who will do anything for corporate, even try to murder Werner Herzog to keep him from making a movie in our ring.
He is committed to this company. He feels it's his calling. He thinks there might actually be a higher power speaking to him through those self-help tapes on his headphones. I wonder, though, for this duo of him and Boba, they don't come in together, and I wonder if that reflects the lack of chemistry between them.
That's true. Brock Hard with his client. No, it looks like Boba is not here.
Boba did not show up. My intuition was right about their chemistry. Currently non-existent since Boba's not here.
No, it is just Den the Willing on his own, flailing about, but no one's hitting moves right now. Everyone's just looking for Boba.
That's right. It's early in Brawloween. And it seems that maybe Werner and Den needed a little bit more warm-up time.
Well, Werner and Den in particular, now quite warmed up, hitting offense and in control of Werner Herzog. He's going to have to try and keep Werner from making that tag to Brock Hard, attorney at law.
The corporate shill, Den the Willing, has the crowd on his side. They love the company just as much, but they are real fans. They are not paid by the corporation.
Not one bit. And here we see Werner Herzog, of course, the independent spirit versus the more corporate-friendly. And now Den the Willing made the mistake of going after Brock Hard instead of capitalizing. And no, he tried it again. Den the Willing making a series of mistakes. No, now he's taking Brock Hard off the ring apron. And now he's going to go right back after Werner.
And they are both out there. Could Brock, if he comes to, join up with Werner outside the ring?
The outside of the ring is a no man's land where anything can happen, including Den the Willing just going for a second kill of Werner Herzog.
So you're saying that outside the ring is kind of like, for law, what the oceans are.
Yeah.
The place where anything and nothing can apply.
Absolutely. You can transmit baseball games without express written permission, consent even, from the outside of a wrestling ring.
But do not transmit TWO broadcasts without Deuce's, mine, or especially TWO's expressed written consent. Even if you're in the ocean or outside the ring, please don't do that.
No, you can only find it on 2MB Studios.
2MB Studios, broadcasting on Twitch, not Switch, and sponsored by Snickers.
Snickers! Hey, lady! You're giving out full Snickers bars? That's incredible! I'm gonna tell all my friends to come to your house, and we are definitely not gonna do weird stuff to your car while you're sleeping. Snickers!
That's the slogan, and that's Den the Willing putting a hurting on that German documentarian.
He is going up to the top. Moonsault! He's connected! This could be it! 1, 2, no! Brockhard a little slow to get there, but Werner Herzog's independent spirit kicks out anyway.
Yeah, Brockhard thought about raising objections, did not have a clear intent as he approached the bench, and Den the Willing used it to his advantage. Den not held back right now by his lack of numbers in this tag match.
No, as long as he can keep Werner isolated, and honestly, maybe even using his frustration at a lack of tag partner, as Boba the Chaos Bunny exerting chaos by not being here.
Yeah, did not see that one coming, but I guess that's the nature of a Chaos Bunny.
In the meantime, Werner Herzog is now finding some offense after missing a springboard splash.
And we'll see if Werner can use this momentum to put a little hurt on Den, but also if he can use this time to tag out, as he has taken a lot of punishment.
And he is going over and tagging in Brockhard!
And that is that chemistry, that continuity, that mojo between this legal firm of Hard Law.
Den the Willing now, of course, really working on trying to wrench the neck of Brockhard. Pretty good strategy, except for Brockhard is a mountain of a man and can just knock you down like that.
Yeah, he is an expert in both real law and wrestling law, and also frontier justice. He can really do it all. He's what's known in law as a triple threat.
But Den the Willing now, the real threat up, but he's taunting Brockhard's feet, and that is not Brockhard, very famously protective of his feet.
That's exactly right. A classic error that many of Brockhard's past opponents have also made. They look at those boots, they think they can be taunted, and Brockhard just channels the rage.
Well, they are not corporately mandated, and that is what has set Den the Willing off. You cannot wear spurs, according to TWO Corporate.
That's exactly right. Up there on the 17th floor where he's got his desk, nary a spur to be seen.
Not one. No spurs, no chaps, no cowboy hats.
No cleats?
No ruffled, no cleats.
No pirate shirts? There is a very strict dress code at Titan Wrestling Online, especially once you get past the 11th floor.
Now on those first floors, much like the outside of the ring, anything goes.
That's exactly right. It's a veritable fashion show on those lower floors. Some really adventurous stuff seen. That's where I like to frequent. It's where I can really, take out all my boas, etc., all my costumes. I try them out there. People think it's clothing.
Carl, do you think that if Werner Herzog beats Den the Willing, or rather Brockhard does as well, do you think that he will get access to the first floor so he can see just... Oh my goodness, that may be the first floor access right there, that big shoulder breaker.
First floor access right down to the basement, if you know what I'm saying.
I do, and it's disgusting.
Wow. Deuce, you think so little of me, and I think so much of you, and I think so much of this match.
Right now, Den the Willing being whipped around by Brockhard, attorney at law, and now he's just stopped.
Brockhard bringing it back into the ring. He's making a call to the fans. What we haven't seen.
Oh, Den the Willing on that handstand turned himself around, caught Brockhard not looking, trying to get Werner Herzog the symbolic pin, but maybe underestimated this tiny little Den the Willing.
Yeah, Den the Willing, one of the most agile and springy wrestlers in the organization. He's got almost more than the Bunny. Who's the springiest wrestler?
Let's see. We got Den the Willing, obviously very springy. Boba the Chaos Bunny, super springy. We got count 1, 2, no. Den the Willing continues. We got the Frog Prince, who not
got a lot of
frog
hop in
anymore.
his step. He's very hoppy, more than springy, in my opinion.
Okay, so we will take him out of the spring conversation. That is a huge club to the chest. Den the Willing may not be able to breathe anymore. Carl, what do you do when you can't breathe anymore?
When I can't breathe anymore, I have a Snickers. Snickers, it's like a breathing apparatus machine for your cravings.
It also helps with snoring. Kick out! No. Den the Willing still keeping this documentary from being filmed. This documentary? Is it a documentary?
I gotta assume it's a documentary. That seems to be the genre of choice for Werner, but honestly, I only know the topic is sleep, and really that's just a guess based on his promo.
And Brockhard's arm is now in trouble. Den the Willing somehow fighting both of these individuals without the help from his erstwhile partner, Boba the Chaos Bunny. And he has taken the knee out from under Brockhard. That's a lot of man to be on a bum knee.
What's he gonna do? He's gonna take it. Oh my God, Brockhard with a series of questions that Den the Willing can't answer.
That Luthes press, and now right back in control of Den the Willing. Grabbing him by the headphones to slam him into the corner.
Oh my God, that can't feel good. Not just the corner and the pylon, but also the mechanics of his headphones.
And here comes Werner Herzog riding Brockhard to that somersault splash. This could be everything.
Wow, that reminds me of chicken fights in the pool.
I'll tell you what, and Werner not going for a cover, now punishing Den the Willing, possibly as revenge for the murder in our debut episode.
You'd think he'd had enough revenge right by now. You know, you'd think he'd gotten over it. Maybe Werner Herzog needs therapy.
There's murder, and then there's revenge for murder. Revenge of the murder cannot be a multi-tiered process, I think.
Oh, interesting. Interesting theory of revenge.
We've got 1, 2, and no, Den the Willing in the wrong corner. Well, there's not a right corner for him.
This is still a tag match. It's a half tag match.
It's what we call a handicap match in the business. There's a big springboard splash from Werner Herzog.
Werner Herzog trying to handicap Den the Willing from doing anything in the future about his projects and his life.
He's gonna go back to the call center. If Werner has his way, that's a huge drop kick.
Whoa! I could feel that.
Coming back in. Is this everything? Could this be it?
Here comes a closing argument. You gotta think. They have presented a lot of evidence.
He is going for it, and yep, he is looking for the sentencing. And there it is, and it's life for Den the Willing. 1, 2, no!
Brockhard wanted to be judge, jury, executioner, as well as lawyer. Den the Willing has other plans. He found a reservoir of energy deep down in his loins.
Was that reservoir a legal term?
Reservoir? Reservoir? No, reservoir's a kind of dog.
Oh, yes. They come in lots of colors.
Yeah, you know. No, reservoir. I've got a reservoir of emotion in my belly. I frequently fill it with Snickers.
Snickers?
That's exactly right. A candy bar, an emotional crutch, a costume, a way to change your life, and a replacement for therapy. Snickers.
In the meantime, Brockhard, attorney at law, now just absolutely going to work on the back of Den the Willing. Is Den the Willing ever going to be able to sit upright again, Carl?
I have to think he will, only because that is required in TWO's Code of Employee Conduct.
Double drop kick, both miss. Werner Herzog first to collect himself, and now... pump handle overhead there.
Yeah, taking it way back to the German countryside with this anthem of pain that he is subjecting Den the Willing to. This might be a tighter piece than any of his documentaries he's ever made, of which I've watched them all.
Now just going for the old-fashioned punch him in the face. Carl, on a scale of perfect Greco-Roman wrestling to punch in the face, what do you think is better at immobilizing an opponent?
Oh, the key to wrestling is knowing your own strengths and playing to them. You could do a Greco-Roman if you're a technician like the Dignifique Nordique. But I think we've got more of a backyard brawler type with Werner Herzog. I think that's what we're learning about this revived, once dead wrestler.
Werner Herzog, of course, well known as a brawler as well as a fantastic filmmaker. Now he's going to the top to put this away. Big splash! We've got 1, 2, 3. Den the Willing is over. Werner gets to make his movie, and I can't wait to see it, Carl.
I absolutely can't wait to see it either. You wonder if Den the Willing, after all of this pain, after being abandoned by his tag partner, is gonna look for a different pasture, because I don't think he can take any more of this hard law punishment.
Yeah, do you think it's gonna affect his loyalty to the company that he was given no partner, no heads up, just all by himself to enforce the will of Two Corporate? And do you think he will be punished by Two Corporate for not exercising that will?
You would think that'd be likely, but I have never seen...
Now he's going...
what's going on?
He's going right after Brock Hard.
Werner Herzog taking the gold bar in his mouth. We talked about him as a brawler, but he's an animal.
He is an animal, and this is Brawloween.
This is Brawloween.
This is Brawloween.
This is Brawloween.
Oh.
Thank you for calling Titan Wrestling Online, the least problematic interspecies wrestling league in your search history. To reach accounting, press 1. To apply for TWO's internship program, press 2. To cast a generational curse on a middleweight champion, press 3. For any other concerns, please leave a message at the tone. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
Hi, my name is Earl Wadsman. I called last week and must have left a message on the wrong mailbox because my voicemail somehow ended up in the actual broadcast. But hey, no harm, no foul. Let's just say we both made an oopsie and carry on. Anyway, I'm calling in regards to Jason Durham, a.k.a. Mantaur. It seems that despite my warning about that boy's head being a mouse part away from falling apart, he somehow wound up competing against both man and animal in the squared circle, to use your parlance of the trade. So I thought it best to call back and give you some more context. I am not licensed to be operating on human folk. What I did for Jason was merely out of necessity because the Hendersons couldn't think of another medical professional they could call, and I happened to be the only one in 20 miles who dared try to scoop that boy's brain back into his skull. And hey, I did my best, but TBH, I don't feel great about having my ad hoc C- emergency care outcome on display for the world to see. I'm not even sure why y'all would want Jason performed, because Mantaur was already the name of a wrestler in the 90s, God rest his soul, who was Minotaur based as opposed to Centaur based, which you got to admit is a much easier gimmick for folks to understand. Irregardless and none of the less, it was already a Kentucky miracle that I didn't get my livestock veterinarian license taken away when the folks at the Human Vet saw what Jason had become. And I really don't want to press my luck by having y'all press Jason's luck and having him compete in a very head trauma-focused sport such as KWO. I'd really appreciate it if someone could give me a call so I can take Jason off your hands and get him to my local brain guy. All right. You have a blessed day now. Bye-bye.
What will you give me for this?
Let me just open it up and take a look.
No, don't open it. It's my soul.
Of course I know it's your soul. I'm the devil. Well, what do you want for it? The love of a beautiful woman? Unlimited wealth? Eternal life?
How about invisibility?
No.
No? How about the ability to fly?
No.
No? How about super strength?
No, too predictable. How about this? You will get one wrestling move that is unbeatable.
Okay, it's a deal.
Another satisfied customer.
Paul, our opposite. Congratulations on your victory. But my previous video was cut off. I blame the news outlets. It was at Brawloween is when I would give up my generalship and hat to you, if you were, of course, to absurdly win with your weird wrestling moves, my friend. Although impressive and would always team up with you, but General, I don't know. But no, Brawloween is when I will put up my stewardship and generalship of my wonderful army as a prize. But a regular match is not it. We need a cage match. No running away from me. No running away from your destiny in my army.
General Doug, soon to be just Doug. You took everything from me. You took my cat. You took the generalship, which was rightfully mine. We were a team once, the Battle Lions. You used to be my best friend. Then you took my cat. You took everything from me. Now I'm the polar opposite of everything that you are. But I'm taking that generalship. In the cage. I'm taking more than that. You're no longer going to be General Doug. You're going to be just Doug. It's over for you. See you in the cage.
Paul R. opposite General Doug. That's right, still General Doug. It turns out, Carl, that it was not enough to win a wrestling match. You have got to, if you want to rise to the rank of general and turn a general into a swabby, you must win in a steel cage match. And that's what we're going to do tonight, Carl, as Paul R. opposite heads in the ring.
Oh, that's right. The fearsome, intimidating, and impossible to understand Paul R. opposite enters the ring. And just like you were saying, we did not fully understand the alignments of maritime and wrestling law during our prior match. But General Doug clearly understands it, is ready to put the title of General versus Swabby on the line in a cage match, in a steel cage. Paul R. opposite, these two have some very, very torrid history between each other, but hopefully they come out of this with a clear power structure.
Absolutely. Someone will be a general at the end of this match. Will it be General opposite, or will it be General Doug?
And will it be Swabby opposite, or will it be Swabby Doug? There are multiple roles to be defined tonight. Paul R. opposite wants to be that general. He wants to take that title. He is locked in on that wish, and you can see it in his cold, mysterious, dark eyes.
They were looking right into my soul, and they were saying, I want to be a general.
That's exactly what they said, and you heard it, and it didn't make you want to be a general.
Hey, the cage is here.
Oh, coming.
The cage has arrived, folks.
It's hovering. It's hovering like the specter of Paul R. opposite's painful wishes on General Doug.
And there's General Doug, the least gentlemanly general in history, as he comes to the ring. And I've got to tell you, Carl, losing that match previously, do we think, as he bounces his invisible basketball, do we think that he will, that he's feeling a little behind the eight ball here?
Yeah, I think it would. It really put him on his heels. I think he thought he could have settled the feud with a victory in the prior match. I think he is leaning on this steel cage loophole to give himself another chance. But I'm not going to sell this general short. He is dastardly. He is not a gentleman. He is a general of pirates at sea, of some kind of nation, I think, in the ocean.
An ocean nation, where, as we have said, there is no law except for the law of who's a general and who's a swabby. Tell me about this, Carl. They're in a steel cage. How does this affect your strategy going in?
For me, I've got to throw my experience out. I've only been announcing for a couple cage matches in my life, and every single one of them has been insane, terrifying, and impossible to comprehend.
Well, here we are, and I can comprehend that this match is underway as Paul R. opposite went for the big move early, but General Doug fighting him off.
And the issues with a steel cage match, we gotta remember, the issue is not pinning, the issue is not getting a submission. How do they win here again?
They can escape the cage by either opening the door and walking straight out, or by climbing over the top.
Yeah, and you gotta think, as seafaring men, or aspiring seafaring men in Paul R. opposite's case, going over the edge seems to be the much more theme-appropriate exit.
It's like when you board a boat And you like kind of swing your leg over to the side, then you got to swing your leg over to the other side, and then you're on the boat.
Yeah.
It's a very similar motion that you will need to escape this cage, where you swing your leg over the side of the cage, and then you swing your leg over the other side of the cage. And then you're not in a boat, you're outside of the cage and very far off the ground.
That's exactly right. Spoken like a man who clearly has a houseboat with space on it. For me, and Doug and the Paul man are fighting this out while I am fighting for your approval.
Well, somebody's gonna win something tonight, and here's... well, we got to cover, but there's no referee counting. This is not a match you can win by pinfall.
And General Doug, for someone who asked for and demanded a steel cage match, seems to be messing with traditional steel cage strategy.
Well, what do you think? How hard is it to get yourself in the mode of a steel cage match, even with the time to prepare, even if you are the one? And once again, no count to be made. General Doug trying very hard to pin. Now he's going to get out of there.
Yeah, that's right.
No, he's going to go. And he hit the pineapple surprise.
Now, I understand putting him in pain with the pineapple surprise. I don't understand the cover.
I also do not understand the cover. I do not see a referee making a count. So
Jacoby is back at the snack cart. He's sipping on Capri Sun.
He's right there next to the door.
That's also true. He is watching it, but I think emotionally he's at the snack cart.
Emotionally, aren't we all at the snack cart?
I aspire to always be at the snack cart, and unfortunately only my emotions get to be there most of the time.
Well, there's no snack cart in the booth, but there is plenty of wrestling courtesy of...
And courtesy of our sponsor for Brawloween, and this is Brawloween.
Brawloween?
Brawloween! Our sponsor is Snickers!
Speaking of Snickers, I'm snickering at General Doug, missing that giant splash, and now Polar Opposite is going for a pin.
Well, and each match kind of builds its own narrative structure, builds its own personality, and I think what happened with Polar Opposite with General Doug going for so many covers, that became the, accepted mode in this steel cage match. They might be covering all night. We might never end this match.
Do you think that this is a more cerebral strategy? Is it like, I've got you for a 3 count, I could have won, and now I'm gonna escape this cage? Yeah. There, great shot of Jacoby, not at all counting a pin, just waiting for someone to try to escape the cage.
He is just imagining the small individual packs of Chips Ahoy that he could be having. Polar Opposite trying to get out finally.
He is looking for a foothold, could not find one quickly enough. It's deceptive how hard it is to find a foothold once you're up there.
Yeah, no, the map of getting out of this steel cage match is much like a high degree climbing wall. There are only specific paths you can take. Sure, it looks like a grid, but it doesn't work that way when you're in the heat of the match.
I'll tell you what does work, though, and that is a big DDT from General Doug, now going for a cover as Jacoby watches and does not count.
Jacoby right there, I think he's mentally going through his recent Tinder dates. Literally anything to keep himself engaged while these wrestlers fail to execute cage match strategy.
General Doug now looking for the climb, and he has found the footholds.
There it is.
One leg is over.
Well, just like getting into or out of a boat.
And now he's losing it. He can't find where to get his foot.
That's exactly right. The path is not just up, the path is also down. And General Doug only knows one.
And Polar Opposite now punching General Doug right in the butt to bring him back into the cage.
The perfect unimpeachable strategy of the butt punch.
And now, is it more unimpeachable than the face smash to the cage? Because we're seeing exchanges there. And General Doug is down, and Polar Opposite is climbing.
Butt punch!
And the butt punch once again.
And the butt punches keep coming here tonight on Brawloween.
Presented by TWO, presented by Snickers, or presented by Snickers, presented by TWO.
It is both. That's in the contracts.
What's not in the contract is Polar Opposite's knee, which is getting pounded into oblivion. Can't climb a cage if you don't have a knee. I do not like General Doug, but I cannot argue with this strategy.
No, I do not like General Doug. Deuce I am. I do not like him, Deuce I am.
you am not like him?
I've been reading a lot of Dr. Seuss lately, audiobooks.
Speaking of audiobooks, we need to get them an audiobook on Steel Cage Match rules as Jacoby looking very upset outside that he cannot count these pinfall attempts.
Yeah, I understand his frustration.
And now things went dark, but we're back, and Polar Opposite is now in charge.
Yeah, the bloodied, battered, but not defeated Polar Opposite still going for the cover. I wonder if that's a strategy that could work. I'm starting to come around to it. Is it Stockholm Syndrome here?
Butt punch is still a strategy that is very effective, as General Doug can...
he does not pull Polar Opposite down. Polar Opposite says, put your bald head back down on that ring.
And now he's just gonna put his bald head back onto the ring himself as he comes down with a double axe handle and now just like slams with the head. And now punches, we discussed earlier that punches are very effective, clotheslines are very effective. Covering someone in a cage match, however, is not effective, Carl.
That's exactly right. Now I've got a question for you, Deuce.
I've got an answer.
Who do you actually think, if you worked on the ship, who do you want to be general?
That's tough, because on the one hand, General Doug, as we know, a dastardly and untrustworthy seafaring man.
That's exactly right.
Polar Opposite, however, changes according to who is near him. So if someone who is very good at, let's say, navigation was in the room with him, would he then steer straight into a cliff?
That's a great question. You know, to me, it's a contrast between, on the one hand, experience. General Doug, very experienced at being a general, per his name. But on the other hand, you've got fresh ideas from Polar Opposite.
Wait, Polar Opposite just tapped out to the Polar Circle. Or, excuse me, General Doug just tapped out to the Polar Circle. Polar Opposite and Jacoby counted the submission.
I think he got tired of all those pins, all those submission attempts, and he just said, if you want it to go this way, I'm going to end it this way.
And there, he takes him up, and there he is. He is got...
It's a tough hold to pin down with a wrestler with so many strategies like Polar Opposite, but doesn't matter. They built a way to fight this steel cage match, and Polar Opposite used it to take the title of general in the newly emerging faction with Doug.
The Polar Circle has given us a new general. Everyone say hello to General Opposite and Swabby Doug.
Swabby Doug on Brawloween!
Okay, yes. So I looked back into my papers, and I remembered that we refer to that as a limitation to the study, because these are variables that we cannot account for. But account for this. I can throw a punch. I can cheat. I can use a weapon. None of these things will be held against me in this upcoming match. In fact, I can't even cheat, because what are you going to do about it? It's not cheating. There's no rules. I'm going to win this belt of Damocles. There will be nothing anybody can do to stop it. And if you'll excuse me now, I must move on to greater things. You see, I am hosting another one in my revered lecture series. Of course, the students aren't here yet. They will be here. I arrived early so that I could make this point to you, and then I can teach the students. They will definitely. I've been made sure that they will show up. There will be somebody who wants to hear, especially after I win after I win this belt. Oh boy, the lecture series gets even more prestigious.
I am Tuber, the couch potato. Wow. Even with a hammer, I didn't do so great in my last match, and I lost the chance to get trained by the Ultimate Manager. Alex Ryan Isaac won, but he also lost the chance to be trained. I bet we could learn something from each other instead of depending on other people. Let's start by trying to take Authority Corps down!
It's been a rough week since my betrayal by the Ultimate Manager. I had plans for us. We were gonna go to the top. But I thank you, Tuber the Couch Potato, for reaching out and wanting to collaborate with me to seek out some revenge. You know what the people love? People love a good celebrity collaboration. Oh, they love Bradgelina. Oh, they loved Kimye. Oh, they couldn't get enough of Benifer. But tonight, Tuber, the Couch Ryan Isaac, no. Alex Ryan Couch Potato. Tuber the Ryan Potato takes the ring. And oh, it's gonna be great.
Hi, I'm Big Boss, founder and CEO of Authority Corp. Tuber, Mr. Isaac, we would frankly love to fight you in a tag team match. Because at Authority Corp, we're not only about strategic negotiations, but strategic acquisitions. Like our new Chief Management Officer here, the Ultimate Manager.
Thank you, Big Boss. I am the Ultimate Manager, and I'm proud to be the new Chief Management Officer. And with this tag team match, we will kick off a new initiative to make the organization leaner and meaner, focusing only on our most important core competencies.
Our most important core competencies including honor, free thinking, independence, and above all else, victory.
Absolutely. Victory is above all else. Nothing could be more important for Authority Corp than victory. Of course, victory cannot be the only consideration. There are others, such as honor and fair play.
Well, not the most fair.
When fair play is possible, we will do it. But otherwise, victory will be paramount.
I think, of course, what our CMO is trying to say is, of course, at Authority Corp, we do everything fair, but what the referee doesn't see, he doesn't see.
To clarify, we do everything fair, but mistakes are made, and we cannot be held accountable.
But you both will be.
Yes, you will be held accountable.
Say it better.
You will be held accountable.
Jesus.
When you can't be trained by the Ultimate Manager, the only thing left to do is fight the Ultimate Manager and his Authority Corp employer, the Big Boss. That is what AR1 and Tuber are doing tonight. Carl.
Deuce, that's right. It's Alex Ryan Isaac, as we all being not Deuce, call him. We'll be teaming up with Tuber. They are going to train each other. And the Ultimate Manager has teamed up with Authority Corp, pulling quite a manager move, just kind of passing the buck to corporate instead of taking responsibility for his choice.
A good manager, of course, mentors and nurtures new talent within the structure. However, an Ultimate Manager apparently does not.
That's exactly right, Deuce. Would you like to have the Ultimate Manager as your manager?
Not if he's gonna kick the can. I would much rather have a manager that would nurture my natural talents, get me to that next plateau, maybe even get me in a place where I can afford a second palatial Malibu estate and possibly a second houseboat that I just fully neglect.
That sounds great. Both of which you could share with your partner. In many ways, I kind of feel like our partnership is similar to ARI and Tuber. We came together without a whole lot of leadership guiding us as a commentary team.
I will say this, the notes that come from corporate are indecipherable.
They're worse than the call sheet. But one thing I love that is better than the call sheet is that potato.
Now look at that adorable potato, once again just waking up from a nap and ready to inflict pain and vengeance upon the ultimate manager. But I've got to, without the training that they're seeking, how successful do you think they can be tonight, Carl?
My heart says that they could be very successful. My head says that they are going up against the ultimate manager and the big boss. You could not have two stronger, more sound wrestlers to face off on this inexperienced duo. Am I rooting for them? Yes. Do I believe in them? Not tonight.
And now the big boss has been feasting on local wrestling legends of late, but tonight it is
he's going up against fan favorites.
Fan favorites. This is and not just fan favorites here in the Boston Dome, but
fan favorites in hell.
Fan favorites in hell. Fan favorites everywhere. And also, and look, but look, I've got a lot of criticism for the big boss, but I will once again say best towel in wrestling.
Best towel in wrestling, and we do have a lot. Big boss coming in, well toweled, well suspended, and well supported by his key supporters in Authority Corp. It looks like the Ultimate Manager has already ascended the corporate hierarchy and surpassed Kaz Miller.
Hey, Kaz Miller not here. Fortune still there. A very successful wrestler in her own right. You wouldn't know it from the Authority Corp videos that they put out that are very Big Boss centric, but I guess when you're the big boss, you can do that.
Yeah, you can do anything you want when you're the big boss, and this is the biggest boss of all. He cuts a commanding figure in the center of that ring, striking fear in the hearts of his opponents, in the hearts of fans, and in the hearts of this commentator.
Is your heart full of fear?
At this moment, it is more than 90% fear, yeah.
Is it because that this is Brawloween?
It is because it's Brawloween. It's because Big Boss and the Ultimate Manager, they write performance evaluations, and I've never had a good one.
I can't read them. It's much like the call sheet, indecipherable, as Alan Ryzik hits a clothesline from the Ultimate Manager into the corner, and that just starts things off poorly for him.
That's exactly right. Just as you said, Alex Ryan Isaac took a beating early, but he is not going to be held back by the Ultimate Manager. He is angry about the Ultimate Manager welching on their deal. Even though Alex Ryan Isaac rightly won the Ultimate Manager's mentorship, he has not received any.
And without that mentorship, again, we're going to see what he's made of as a raw talent, much as we did in the Triple Threat. But this time, not against Tuber, but with Tuber. There will be, to my understanding, far less sledgehammers involved in this match.
Hopefully 100% less for the sake of all wrestlers who are present. And Ultimate Manager and Big Boss, they don't need sledgehammers, they've got feet.
And those feet, basically sledgehammers on the Big Boss. He's a very, as you've said, commanding presence, just super buff and getting tossed back body dropped, and now Alan Ryan Wunzik is back into the match.
A smart move, I think, overall by the team of Tuber and Alex Ryan Isaac to have quick tag outs. They do not have the muscle strength of Authority Corp. They are going to need to endure.
That was a quick pin, but we knew it wasn't going to happen. You've got to do more than mush someone's face, even if they haven't had Ultimate Manager style training. This is just disrespect being shown from corporate once again.
Yeah, corporate disrespect running rampant in this economy. Authority Corp at the forefront of corporate disrespect. I don't like them, but you can't argue with their results so far.
It's their pizza party initiative has really drawn spirits. It's gotten people like Den the Willing to really go at it for literally nothing.
Yeah, as we remember, Den the Willing, technically not an employee of Authority Corp, an employee of TWO, yet he, I agree, is inspired by every corporation that he comes into contact.
I am almost certain that the big boss has been in those motivational speakers. But yeah, it's just another example of corporate overreach from both Authority Corp and our people here at TWO, who I love and respect, and definitely read the notes from as they come in, and really read this. I'm going to read this call sheet very closely as Alan Ryan Wunzik makes the tag.
Alex Ryan Isaac makes the tag. This team has quick changes, quick tags coming in. It's working to their advantage. They are staying in this fight against the Big Boss, and Big Boss not tagging out, perhaps showing a little arrogance, and staying in this ring as Alex Ryan Isaac and Tuber put up a good showing.
Do you think Authority Corp does not trust its management system?
Oh, we've got Alex Ryan Isaac up on the ropes. What's going to happen? Nothing.
You try and go fist to fist with the Big Boss, and that's not going to work out well for most people, but fist to face, or foot to face.
Foot to face? What, is Funtimestein here with a foot face reference?
And that's later tonight here at Brawloween.
That's right. Reminder, Funtimestein and Dr. Michael Romano have a deep-seated feud over Funtimestein living in Michael Romano's reserved parking spot. That's all going to be settled later tonight with the Employee of the Month belt on the line.
Tuber's just having a great time.
Tuber came for the Brawloween party, and I can't knock it. Tuber knows how to have a great time.
Tuber does know how to have a great time, and Tuber's making a cover. Jacoby and Taylor, what?
It could happen.
No, Jacoby, late getting there. I don't know if it would have been enough, but we will never know.
Yeah, Jacoby, frustrated again by that steel cage match, calling out on the submission there, and being very antsy to make calls here in this tag match.
Yeah, a little double team action. These two have been training somewhere.
Yeah, and they've come up with some moves. The Alex Ryan Tube, maybe they'll call it. We'll find out as they develop their personality.
But the Ultimate Manager now just back in control and slamming Alan Ryan Wunzik's head right to the mat there. The back of your head is so tender, so prone to injury. But there's a miscommunication there, as once the Ultimate Manager continues to throw Alan Ryan Wunzik at the Big Boss, who has to take a step down from the side of the ring. How do you think that's going to affect their tag team communication and their team in general, Carl?
Deuce, I think it's going to figure in big time. You see the Ultimate Manager getting a couple moves together here, but he's clearly been thrown off by the Big Boss's man's management leadership style. Perhaps he's used to something a little more bureaucratic than the way Big Boss runs things at Authority Corp.
Well, I'll tell you who's not bureaucratic, and that is Tuber, because Tuber's going to do everything themselves except for that punch to the back of the head from AR1.
Yeah, Deuce, did you know that Tuber's he's not bureaucratic at all? Do you know what Tuber is?
A potato.
I was going to say blankocratic.
Oh.
Like blanketocratic? I think, but blankocratic fit the meter of it better.
Yeah, so
I think it's a good bit.
A government or a system of economy that is...
Oh! We've got a mashed potato!
That potato is thoroughly mashed, courtesy of the Big Boss. This could be it. We are going with the performance review there, and...
here we got a pin!
No!
Alex Ryan Isaac breaking that up immediately cares about his potato part.
Sorry, that was the severance that we saw, and now just a big Beal to really show the dominance and show where the corporate structure is around here. Tossing Tuber around, no respect once again from the top floors.
No, those top floors, they do what they please to the lowly peons.
I'm not sure what happened there, but Tuber came out on the worst end of it, even as the big boss got his feet caught in the ropes coming down.
Yeah, and you have to wonder, big picture about Tuber. Tuber not been able to get a whole lot of winning momentum in TWO so far. Staying positive, at least in their promos and in what they have to say, but you gotta worry about Tuber's motivation and frame of mind.
Now, right now, Authority Corp...
Authority Corp putting punishment.
Right now, Big Boss standing tall in the ring as everyone else lies in the no man's land outside of the ring, but the Ultimate Manager up first, Tuber up second, and ready, game to go right back. No, backing off immediately.
Ooh, with a very nice dodge there from Tuber of Big Boss Man, getting him swinging on those ropes.
And now blocking, Tuber absorbing a little bit of punishment, but for the good, but not good enough as the Big Boss right back in control. When you've got someone that large, is potato power enough to overcome it? Yes, it is! Tuber getting out of that fireman's carry with a big potato, but now holding him up. We're gonna go repeat potato butts right to the head, and the Big Boss is in obvious pain.
Yeah, and Tuber driving this match right now. Tuber, a resilient root vegetable, taking this pain.
No, but a Severance, two casual walk to the ropes, walked right into a Severance. The Big Boss right back in control, but cannot get the win.
Can I get the win? Can I get a win?
Cannot!
I can't!
No!
Is this Brawloween?
This is Brawloween!
Brawloween! Tuber taking into the Big Boss Man. Big Boss Man giving it right back.
And once again, just creaming the insides of Tuber. Gonna make a wonderful potato dish. That's a Dave single.
Oh, not a lot of potatoes served with a Dave single typically, but it's happening tonight at Brawloween.
Brawloween?
This is Brawloween.
And Tuber's up at the top, and this looks like bad news as the Authority Corp team is communicating with one another. And there's the super into the splash.
Oh!
I can't imagine that Tuber's gonna kick out, but no, they're letting Tuber get back up.
What do you think they could be thinking here? Oh no, this one hurts.
That is the exit interview, and that is the Ultimate Manager.
Get in there, Alex!
1, 2,
woo! All the way around Jacoby's deliberate obstacle. Is Jacoby getting paid off by Authority Corp? I couldn't say so because I work for this company.
Jacoby obviously not paid well. A little extra money from Authority Corp probably wouldn't hurt, but Jacoby, you've got to keep your integrity. As right now, the Ultimate Manager with a swinging neck breaker to Alan Ryan Wunzig. I can't get the name straight.
You are making names. You are making names left and right, Deuce. And you know what? It's okay because I love you and I love being your partner. Tuber putting the pain on the Ultimate Manager, taking out some aggression from all those losses.
And again, just too casual getting to the corner now and a huge back break, which... But this is not a great corner to put a submission hold in, but there it is. We've got a figure 4 leg lock from the Ultimate Manager. Very easy for him. No. Ryan Isaac did not break up the hold. This match is over.
What a disappointing finish for that team of Alex, Ryan Isaac, and Tuber. They have so much heart, but they do not have the experience they need to win a match.
Just unbelievable. Alan Ryan Wunzig was in the ring. All he needed to do was stop it. But I guess without an Ultimate Manager's training, you don't know how to effectively break up a figure 4 leg lock, which is ultimately what this came down to, and ultimately what it was about.
That's exactly ultimately right, Deuce. Alex, Ryan Isaac, and Tuber will not become anything in this company until they get some training, some experience, and some technical know-how. Big Boss Man, the Ultimate Manager, put down their punishment, showed their authority tonight here at Brawloween.
I cannot help but notice that it is now Big Boss soaking in the limelight, even though it was the Ultimate Manager who took that win. How do you think that's going to affect this team?
I don't think it will at all as long as they keep the checks coming.
It's your man, the Bomb Ronnie Revv, back again for one more match, baby. The Belt of Damocles, coming down from the sky, from way up high. until I reach it. And when I bring it down, when I bring down that belt, you know that rock and roll is gonna reign supreme in TWO. I teamed up last week with two great heads of hair, Zachary Cambridge and the Mantaur. Gotta give it up for them boys. Yeah, alright. But tonight I can't show any love. Tonight, it's all about Ronnie Revv. It's all about reaching the heights, coming up above 7 other competitors, and showing them what it's all about. Looking good, feeling good, and telling the world that you don't give a fuck! Yeah, gal! Ronnie Revv is coming out tonight on top, and if you don't believe it, you can suck on it out!
Hello, fans of TWO. It is I, your Frog Prince, and I must confess it's been a difficult few weeks. After failing to advance to the tournament finals to crown a new TWO World Champion, my people no longer see me as fit to ascend to the throne. They once again are concerned that my 20 years spent as a frog prevent me from being a good and in-touch heir. The princess has gone from considering a return to me to staying with her mother because, well, I just can't seem to impress her anymore. I try so hard to expand my feeble human neck sack, and it's not doing the trick, so there's only one thing to do to win both the love of the princess and my people. And that is to enter the ladder match to become the first holder of the Belt of Damocles. It must work. It must. Oh, why am I telling you about this? There's really only one group that ever listened to me, and they always insisted that I not talk about my problems, but rather sing about them.
Sometimes it's hard to be a royal, giving all your love to just one land. I had good times, but then had a bad time when a witch's curse turned me to frog from man. 20 years later, I'm a human. Some parts of it I still don't understand. Are they joking when they say they hope I'm croaking if I can't bring Damocles' belt to them? I'm just human. I've got 2 arms, no flippers, so I will climb the ladders and become Damocles' champion. I'm just human. For my kingdom, I'll beat up a rock star professor and a man. Mantaur, I'm just human. I'm just human. To show the world I'll beat up a goalie, bear time, and amnesiac man named Zteve. I'll be champion.
We're going to crown a champion of Damocles, a holder of the Belt of Damocles. It's going to be one of these, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, but 8 competitors Carl!
Is that Deuce with me in the booth, or is that LeBron James? We got a good counter here, and we've got a big ladder match coming. 8 contenders for the Belt of Damocles. Do they know what it is? I'm not sure, but they want it bad.
And we see time visibly ticking down, and that can only mean one thing. As the room grows colder, the air grows staler, and I feel my own mortality creeping through my body.
That's exactly right. Father Time, literally the father of time. He is taking his time to get to the ring, but he has infinite time, so why wouldn't he?
I have got it written on, I have to confess, a very expanded call sheet that he shows up when he wants to show up.
Oh.
And that this is all misdirection and head games. And folks, it works. My head has not been on straight anytime he's done this entrance, and I can confess it's because I'm scared.
The only person who takes longer to get to their stage is Lauryn Hill in the late 90s, early aughts. Notorious for delaying her shows, just like Father Time. And I think that's probably not all they have in common.
Now, Father Time, also a gifted hip-hop...
Yeah, and singer. Father Time also in Sister Act 2.
I did not know that.
Yeah, Father Time was an extra in Sister Act 2, like Lauryn Hill. Is Lauryn Hill Father Time? Is Father Time Lauryn Hill? It can't be proven, but what can be proven is that this wrestler is dangerous.
And Father Time, still technically not undefeated anymore, but no one has gotten the pin on Father Time. Lost his chance to advance to the finals for the men's championship while engaged in fisticuffs with the Frog Prince outside. Frog Prince is in this match. Do you think that's going to carry over, Carl?
There's got to be a lot of bad blood between the two of them. Whatever color it is, whatever temperature it flows, Father Time and Frog Prince have a lot of bad blood. Most of these wrestlers have bad blood and bad blood as they've hit each other throughout this season, culminating tonight at Brawloween.
Father Time now, of course, coming in first, and as Time having to wait for 7 other competitors to get to the ring, but he will be there staring them down, reminding them all that the clock is literally ticking.
For all of us and all of them. Is the lantern gonna stay on tonight?
Yep, looks like it's gonna stay on. That lantern is definitely staying on.
Deuce, hold my hand.
I'm holding your hand. I am squeezing it.
Stay on.
No light.
Oh my gosh, that was a really scary span of time.
Well, I'm 0 for 1 in my predictions this evening. Carl, who's the next competitor that we've got coming to the ring for the Belt of Damocles?
It's going to be, I'm predicting that it will be, I'm going to predict it when I'm ready to predict it. The next wrestler to come to the ring will be Ronnie Revv!
I've got a revised call sheet. I must apologize to this competitor. I have been calling him Ronnie Roo. There are 2 very clear markings to show that these are 2 capital V's emphasized. I am very sorry. You are not Ronnie Roo. You are, of course, Ronnie Ra55. Coming to the ring now.
Honestly, I'm taking it personally that you refuse to learn this man's name. He's one of the greatest guitar gods of all time. Recently, Rolling Stone released the top 250 guitarists of all time. They didn't include Ronnie Revv because he's clearly better than everyone else.
But did they include Ronnie Ra55? I'm telling you, look, here's the call sheet. Giant capital V's, that is a Roman numeral 5. Next to another row, you telling me that his name is Ronnie Ra10? No, that would be Ronnie Rex.
Our league may have a general theme of gods and goddesses, actually more from Greek liturgy than Roman. I understand why you might think that's a 5. It's not a 5. His name is Ronnie Revv. You can watch the documentary that Werner Herzog made about the wicked naked tour of 86 if you don't know his name. It spells it out and says it out a million times.
Do you know how far behind in my Netflix queue I am? You can't give me something else to watch. I'm still doing Friends.
No, I don't know how far behind you are in your Netflix queue because you still haven't taken me up on an offer of a Netflix and chill night, which is when we would get together, watch Netflix, and relax.
You know who's not relaxed? It's this guy, Amnezia Zteve.
Amnezia Zteve. Not relaxed, but not down, because he doesn't have anything to remember to be down about.
He is as chill as they come, because in fact, he can't remember where he is, why he's here, but he is going to go for the Belt of Damocles. Carl, do you think if he gets up that ladder and retrieves the belt to become our first champion of Damocles, he will remember that he did it?
That's what this man wants. This man wants a sense of himself, a sense of understanding, some grounding in this chaotic life we live in. I'm always rooting for Amnezia Zteve, but I can't count on him because I don't know if he remembers anything.
Well, that regal music can only mean one thing, and this is the Frog Prince, recently just taking a beating in public opinion polls in his home country after failing to advance to the tournament finals, once again questioning his place in this world.
We're at a seismic moment in the life of the Frog Prince. I can't say it with any more gravity than that. This is a true crisis of identity for him. He's starting to reconnect with the bits of his personality and his spirit that he had as a frog. That could help him. That could make him more confused. That could alienate him from his people. That could bring him to victory and excite his people. We don't know what's coming for the Frog Prince. He is really turning a corner in his life and in his wrestling career.
They do say around the Royal Palace that he has been out in the swamp far more often lately, talking to the various denizens of that area, losing connection with his people, and all it took was 1 week of bad polling.
Yeah.
You gotta question the mental state of the Frog Prince at this point. Can he pull it together and win this match, Carl?
We're gonna see it tonight, Deuce. I'll never count that hopping Frog Prince out, but he's got many big competitors against him, including the successful, angry former goalie, the Keeper.
The Keeper with a huge win recently over Lyle Guard.
That's exactly right. Our championship contending Lyle Guard.
He could be the man who says, I have beaten the champion at the end of the night, should Lyle Guard pull it off against everybody's brother. And you've got to think he could walk out of here as not only the Belt of Damocles holder, but a man with a very strong argument to be the number one contender for the TWO World Championship.
That's absolutely right. The Keeper, not to be taken lightly. He is one of the most angry, most violent, most rule-breaking, cleat-wearing, strongest wrestlers in Titan Wrestling Online.
Would you say that he's possibly our toughest wrestler on the TWO roster?
He is possibly the toughest wrestler on the TWO roster and the toughest wrestler at Brawloween.
Speaking of tough, here is Dr. Zachary Cambridge, who is theoretically tough, but has yet to show what I would call a tangible toughness in the ring.
Yeah, this ivory tower, overeducated, theoretical wrestler has still yet to prove and earn his place in the ring. Sure, he signed a contract. Sure, he's taken some beating. But does he actually have what it takes to win a match?
We're going to find out. Is a ladder match a place that you want to go and get that first win, Carl? This is 8 competitors all trying to ascend a ladder, much like the cage. Only this time, I have been informed that Jacoby will definitely not be registering any submissions or pinfalls.
And I hope our instructions in our call sheet are correct on that. But Zachary Cambridge, no, to answer your question, I don't think this is the way for him to build a path of credibility as a wrestler, and not just the theoretical one. I think he needs to take a page from the big boss, fight some local wrestlers, get some experience in the ring, taking punches, giving them out before he's fighting for belts.
Do you know for sure that he has not theoretically fought many local wrestlers?
I think he could theoretically kiss my ass.
Has he, in theory, fought any members of any French DJ duos?
Oh, that's a great question. And if I had a better memory for our recent matches, I would have an answer.
And here comes Mantaur. We have heard recently from Dr. Earl Whitman, who is not licensed to practice medicine on humans, that we should not even be allowing Mantaur in the building because he thinks he is half centaur, when in fact he is all man. But Carl, you cannot deny that he is a beast in the wrestling ring. Could he win the Belt of Damocles tonight?
Absolutely. If I were betting on these matches, which I am not per my contract, which I can read, but if I were, I would put a good few shares on the Mantaur. This is a strong, violent, agile wrestler who has something for every opponent he faces. He hasn't put it together for a win yet, but he's done incredible damage in this ring. And he absolutely has the kind of feet, not hooves, to ascend that ladder.
You heard him, folks, on 2MB Studios watching. Put those channel points on Mantaur.
It could be Mantaur who takes it tonight. He's pointing at us. He's pointing at you. He's serious about this belt.
But he's also serious about being half centaur when his veterinarian doctor has told him that he is not an animal.
Yeah, does a centaur have an animal doctor? Does a centaur have a mythological doctor? Does it have a theoretical doctor?
Well, a theoretical doctor is a theoretical doctorate in wrestling, not in any kind of medicine. If you want a doctor, then we've got to talk about Michael Romano, Cardiologist, who is not in this match. Who is in this match, however, is Bear Grylls.
Bear Grylls, not a human. If Bear Grylls were to receive medical attention, it would come from a vet. But Bear Grylls clearly treats himself to whatever food he can grill.
Now, I do have a question regarding that because Bear Grylls, of course, a bear. I thought of veterinarians more as like household pet doctors. Is this for any animal or?
No, I think you're absolutely right. I think probably more like a park ranger would take care of Bear Grylls. But I think honestly, it's bear health. I think he's got other bears to take care of.
But yeah, if you're a bear, you want a bear to operate on you. I feel like who knows the anatomy of a bear better than a bear?
Literally no one. Because they have that anatomy.
Yeah, it's the lived experience of bears, and we're off! Someone will become the champion of Damocles. Who's it gonna be? Well, it looks like it's Bear Grylls.
It's gonna be no one. They left the ladder outside of the ring. What's the matter with them, Deuce?
The ladder starts out.
I know that's how it happens. I was kind of making a joke.
Oh!
Yeah, kind of, because it didn't land. I don't want your pity laughs. I'm not here for pity laughs, Deuce. I want a pity houseboat. I don't want pity laughs.
The ladder was supposed to be in the ring, but then it was outside there. You just
Okay, I think you really found it funny. Thank you. All right, but we've got 8 wrestlers going at it regardless, and it is all happening. Bear Grylls in the center of the ring on the frog print. Dr. Zachary Cambridge giving it to Ronnie Revv and getting it from Father Time. Everything's happening.
Right now, Bear Grylls sending the frog prince down. Mantaur getting hung from behind by Ronnie Revv. 5-5 drop back onto the ladder.
It's Ronnie Revv, and he's the greatest guitarist of all time. So good he can't be counted.
So, just chaos in the ring. Everybody trying to get everything, and nobody's getting anything, really.
No, but a painful brawl happening at the back of the ring with the keeper and Zachary Cambridge. Ronnie Revv showing his wherewithal, bringing the ladder around. Is he going to be the one to ascend tonight and obtain the Belt of Damocles?
He has dropped the belt and started taunting Father Time.
Well, sir, who's going to stick to a plan when they use as much wrestling powder as Ronnie Revv?
Well, Father Time also, as we know, made a deal with the devil for one undefeatable move. Do we know what that move is, Carl?
We don't know what that move is. We don't know when he's going to deploy it. We don't know a whole lot about this move, but we know that it comes from literal Christian hell.
As Ronnie Revv 5-5 taking down the Frog Prince, and then a huge drop kick to the back of Mantaur's head. Ronnie Revv 5-5 may be our first Belt of Damocles holder.
Yeah, Ronnie Revv has been controlling the center of the ring so far tonight, and I can't think of a better strategy for a ladder match where the belt hangs over the center of the ring.
And there he goes, and now taking out the legs of the Frog Prince. Sound strategy from someone who relies on his legs like unto a frog, even though he is a human.
Yeah, he is absolutely a human, but as we all heard, as these fans all heard, a heck of a singer may not have the expanding throat sac of a frog, but has a heck of a set of pipes, almost as good as those from guitarist and sometimes singer Ronnie Revv. Yes, a backup singer, but still a singer!
He is, missed him just going to town on Father Time with that chair, and now he's in trouble. Got hit by no Ronnie Revv.
Yeah,
playing air guitar.
Woo! I felt those chords. Power chords. That's all he plays.
I apologize once again for calling him Ronnie Revv. It's ingrained in my head. He is Ronnie Revv 5-5 according to the top call sheet.
He is powerful, is what he is. He is dropping it on the head.
That was the wicked drop.
Right on the head of the keeper. He's giving it to Dr. Zachary Cambridge. He is powered up. Do you think he took enough wrestling power to power him through on Brawloween?
I don't know, but he just got dropped on top of that ladder by Zachary Cambridge, and that was not theoretical. That was, and Bear Grylls may have saved Ronnie Revv 5-5's life by moving that ladder before Dr. Zachary Cambridge's neckbreaker could connect.
Thank you, Bear Grylls, for not letting my hero die. Ronnie Revv taking the pain, though, and the Frog Prince climbing up. The belt moved for him. I love what this belt can do.
Caught by Bear Grylls, though, and now the Frog Prince, with nope. And that was not a theoretical punch to Amnezia Steve's junk. That was a real one.
Ronnie Revv climbing up for the belt. I think he's gonna take it. My hero, the winner. No.
Dr. Zachary Cambridge catching up to him, and that's a huge swinging neck breaker. Ronnie Revv 5-5 may be dead. Dr. Zachary Cambridge is not to be trifled with after all, as the Frog Prince grabs the ladder and trifles with him.
And Ronnie Revv down, Bear Grylls down. Dr. Zachary Cambridge taking punishment, and the Frog Prince left to climb this ladder. Is he gonna take the belt?
He's all alone. He's made the climb.
Here it comes. It could end this early. Oh, no, Bear Grylls putting his claws in the Frog Prince, who is human.
And everybody getting off the ladder before it's pushed over. That's great ring awareness from both Bear Grylls and the Frog Prince. Almost animal-like control over their environment to jump off of that ladder before they are sent into the outside from the top of the ladder.
Their instincts are preternatural. One person we haven't heard a lot from yet, if he is a person, is Father Time. But now clearing out the ring, putting a hurting on the keeper.
The keeper possibly upset that he lost his step in soccer due to Father Time's continuing advance, but now Ronnie Revv 5-5 taking it to the keeper, showing the crowd that he just
baby. Ow, ow, ow. Ronnie Revv giving it, baby.
And the steel chair.
Oh no.
Mantaur just waiting.
Mantaur picking his spots tonight, showing a little human strategy. He may think he's a Mantaur, but he's got some human wiles.
And there, Ronnie Revv 5-5 still upright despite that concussion. The wrestling powder doing its job in him.
Do you think that Ronnie Revv has extra wrestling powder somehow with him to fuel him through the match tonight?
I think that there are a lot of tassels on his uniform. They could have anything in them, including wrestling powder. I think that Ronnie Revv 5-5 may be on the wrestling powder even more now.
Well, good for him. Good for him. It is wrestling powder. Wrestling is right there in the name, so you know it's got to be okay for wrestling.
I can tell you that the keeper sending Bear Grylls into the barricade. Mantaur being sent into the ladder.
They are using that as
Zteve.
Here, you can go.
Amnezia Steve taking down Dr. Zachary Cambridge. This is also not theoretical. This is a real ass kicking from Amnezia Steve. He doesn't know who he is. He doesn't know where he is, but he knows that No, he does not know how to execute that move. Dr. Zachary Cambridge getting out.
That's right. There's
In the meantime, Ronnie
on the
Revv
outside, and it doesn't
over
matter.
the ladder.
He's getting it. Ronnie Revv,
He's hanging.
Ronnie Revv could still get it.
No.
Ronnie Revv won't get it.
And in the meantime, the keeper
taking Father Time to the floor outside the ring where anything goes.
Anything goes outside.
Anything goes. One of my top 10 musicals.
Up to and including a white noise that could have ended anyone's career, but not if you've got enough wrestling powder in you.
That's right. It doesn't make a sound, that wrestling powder, but it sure is white. And everyone except for the Frog Prince now in the ring. All this carnage, I can't take it, Deuce!
Once again, no, Ronnie Revv, no, I don't. So much going on, I can't keep track.
That's
up on the top of the ladder. It's Father Time and Bear Grylls up on top of the ladder. Father Time
taking it to Bear Grylls, pushing.
He's all alone. Could Father Time be the winner?
Could Father Time get the belt of Damocles using his one unbeatable move?
But that one unbeatable move may be climbing the ladder because he's all by himself.
It could be. He could get.
No, the Frog Prince climbing up.
Oh,
stopping Father Time, who just took too much time unfastening that belt. And now the Frog Prince has a shot at it, but no, Mantaur
right to the nuts. Right there, punching him in the junk in his very, very human private parts.
And then, this time, no one got off the ladder. Bear Grill collapsed everything. And now that kendo stick just... He hit Mantaur so hard he might think he's a man again.
And Amnezia Zteve may not remember it, but his muscle memory taking it to his opponents. Throughout this match, he's got Ronnie Revv.
No! Ronnie Revv 5-5 with a chop block.
It's coming fast and furious in this 8-man Belt of Damocles ladder match. Deuce, I'm losing my mind!
Keep it together, Carl! There's so much more action here at Brawloween!
Brawloween?
German suplex from the Frog Prince on to Dr. Zachary Cambridge, and now he's got a ladder. What's he gonna do with it? He's gonna set it up.
Frog Prince, not necessarily choosing the best time to ascend the ladder, and he thought better of it and took to his opponents instead.
Far too many competitors in the ring. He saw it, he went for it, but now once again, Mantaur with the kendo stick.
Ow!
Going to work on the Frog Prince. Ronnie Revv 5-5 sent almost all the way out the building. Thanks again to our spotlight operator. Dan
the spotlight operator.
He is not on the call sheet.
No, he's very poorly paid. He is not important to our company, but he is important to tonight because we didn't think it, but this match is going far and wide. It's also got to go up, Deuce.
Someone's got to climb that ladder, and right now the Frog Prince putting a ladder into the ring, even as Father Time and Mantaur and the Keeper go at it. Now the Keeper going right after the Frog Prince. Outside the ring, it's Bear Grylls punching the face of Ronnie Revv 5-5. It's Dr. Zachary Cambridge suplexing Amnezia Zteve. There is so much happening. There are so many wrestlers.
There are 2 ladders.
And 3, 4. I count 4 ladders.
Fuck, they're multiplying, Deuce. I can't handle this.
If you let 2 ladders go underneath the ring together, they will fuck like rabbits and make more ladders.
Are you saying that Boba is helping the ladders fuck?
I'm not saying he's not. He loves chaos. He hasn't been anywhere else tonight. Maybe he was,
he loves procreation.
Becoming an intimacy coordinator beneath the ring for the ladders.
When 2 ladders either love each other or consent to having sexual activity, it's a beautiful thing, and they make new ladders. It's happening here at Brawloween!
Presented by Two! Presented by Snickers! Hey, those 2 ladders fucked for a long time and they look like they could use a pick-me-up! Have a Snickers!
Took it down in one gulp, my man!
That was impressive! Also impressive is the Frog Prince clearing out the ring, setting up the ladder! What's he got?
Setting it up for pain!
Dumping Mantaur outside and then getting out of there before Dr. Zachary Cambridge. Now he's got a second ladder.
Dr. Zachary Cambridge looking at his opportunity. I don't like the professor, but I can respect his opportunism.
He did the math, but it was bad math because here's Father Time, who makes fools of us all, as they say, as we keep saying, and now up at the top of the ladder, things are getting precarious. There's stuff below them. Something is going to happen here, and I am on the edge
some butt
of my
punches.
seat.
Butt punches from the Frog Prince to Father
And a power bomb to Father Time. Now
Leaving
some
Dr.
kicks to
Zachary
Mantaur.
Cambridge alone. Will he come to in time to get that belt?
He will not, and now it's between two men. No! The Frog Prince with a huge right hand to Dr. Zachary Cambridge, mushing down the ladder.
All the way down all those steps. That wasn't in his paper, I bet.
He's got it.
Oh, he's getting close. He's got those agile frog digits.
But Dr. Zachary Cambridge now, he's got a big neck breaker. No one seems to be able to take control of this match.
Frogs may not have much of a neck, but whatever they have just got broken.
Dr. Zachary Cambridge is all alone. No, Amnezia Zteve is right there. Can he push the ladder down in time?
Oh, poor Dr. Zachary Cambridge doesn't have an instruction manual or an abstract theory on what to do when he's hanging above a ring.
He's dropped without the belt. We still have no winner.
We have no winner, and we have an absolute mess going on in the ring. Ronnie Revv missing drop kicks, getting smashed by ladders. I love the man, but it may not be his night.
It's the keeper is up there. Amnezia Zteve has forgotten what to do.
The keeper has won. The keeper has won. Deuce, I am losing my mind. He could have been a contender for the belt. For champion's belt, but he got the belt of Damocles.
He will hold the belt of Damocles, and should Lyle Guard leave as our first champion, a very strong, he could be the keeper with two belts. This is a huge story. And it's tough for everybody else. Once again, Amnezia Zteve at the base of the ladder, forgetting, as Amnezia Zteve does, what to do about it when someone is in a ladder.
And Jeanette giving the keeper the belt of Damocles. Could there be conditions to this belt? We don't know. All we know is that the keeper has it. The keeper clearly building a track record proving that he's one of the most fearsome wrestlers in this company and the world.
I fear the keeper, and so should you. And stick around, we've got so much more coming.
Tonight on Brawloween!
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 Well, well, well. Little Miss Fanny Fart. So we meet again. An Indiana. Knockoff, bottom barrel, Margot Tenenbaum. Marfo Tenenbaum? We'll workshop it. You have no idea what's coming to you. Because I'm going to take that shovel that we've all been beating the shit out of Werner Herzog with, and I'm gonna bury you both, not 6, not 66, but 666 feet under. See you in hell, bitches. Judgment Day has come.
My dearest love tryst number 742A. It's been a fortnight since my last communique, and I've already taken over this Twa wrestling as the main character. Though they still insist that I entertain them in this triple threat match, which seems quite absurd to me because there's obviously no one who could match Miss Indiana. However, since they are giving me extra screen time, I've decided to entertain their goodwill hunting games, as those barbaric Bostonians like to call it. But what are my triple threats, I wonder? So I decided to hone up on them. Firstly, fancy footwork. Number 2, scat. And lastly, fainting gracefully. Though I do think the most threatening thing about me is how I summon the undead to ensure that my enemies are properly cursed. Anywho, as always, included in this letter is a piece of my heart. Do cherish it always, as I have cherished our times together. Until we can dance again in the pale moonlight, yours always, XOXO, Anna. My dearest love tryst, number 725B.
We're going to crown a women's world champion here at TWO. Who's it going to be, Carl? Will it be the Killer Queef? Will it be Indiana? Or will it be the here by virtue of... Virtue? Is that the right word? When you're
not winning with Hildegard or Queef.
Hildegard von Bangin.
Anyway, the answer is there's no way to know. These are probably the 3 toughest competitors in TWO. And they all bring a unique skill set, a unique story, a unique passion to obtaining this belt. Here we've got Indiana. She is, in many's eyes, the rightful person to take this belt.
As the main character.
She's the main character. She won Pancration. She has a lot of issues with her parents, we can assume, but she resolves them the right way. Wrestling!
I assume that she does everything perfectly. I cannot express to you how much I want to be friends with Indiana. I want her to like me and respect me and to think that I am kind of cool. Carl, isn't going to happen.
Deuce, you're cool.
Am I cool?
You are cool.
Does she think so?
Why don't
Is she looking right?
She's looking at the booth and not at me. Deuce, I think you should go talk to her.
I can't. I know.
Tell her you want to be BFFs.
I can't. Look at how cool. I can't make that jacket work. Could you make that jacket work? No, look at you.
No, you make your own jacket work. You wear one of the best suits in this booth every single week.
God, look at those gloves. Everything's immaculate about Indiana, including her skills in the ring.
I wish she would stop smoking, though. It's gonna be the death of her.
It's gotta affect the cardio.
Yeah, it can't be good for wrestling.
Speaking of things that aren't good for you, it's remembering any time that the Killer Queef has been in the room.
Oh, has the Killer Queef ever been in the room with you?
A lady doesn't tell.
You're not a lady.
Then yes, she has.
That's right. Definitely been in the room with me, and I didn't handle it well.
Nope.
It
was an embarrassing moment for everyone involved. Somehow worse for me than anyone else.
Do you ever still think about it?
Every time she comes to the ring, it is forefront in my brain.
Yeah, the Killer Queef does damage to her opponents and does damage to us just by being. And that is what I think is going to give her her own advantages tonight.
And there she is, the Queen of Queens, the Killer Queef.
That's absolutely right. That Queef is killer. And hopefully she doesn't actually kill tonight. Hopefully she just wrestles and for her sake wins, but not for mine.
Well, one person that wants to say something about that is Hildegard von Bangin.
Hildegard von Bangin, disputed by many as to whether she should even be in this match, but sorry fans, TWO isn't run by your wants and needs, it's run by a complex set of rules that I don't understand.
Well, as the host of Brawloween, the literal devil from Christian Hell, for the actual devil from literal Christian Hell, so many words on the call sheet, was
her
to insert her into this match in spite of her count-out loss.
Yeah, and because of that, because of what the devil says goes tonight, Hildegard von Bangin is here with a third of a chance to become the first TWO Women's Champion.
And there she is. And again, we've got the Killer Queef and we've got Hildegard von Bangin. How much between the Killer Queef's modus operandi and a literal 1,000-year-old nun, how much guilt can we cram into the ring? And also, let's add to that Indiana's clear daddy issues.
Yeah, and let's also add to that the shame that Hildegard von Bangin must still be carrying with her from her count-out loss earlier this season.
Not only a count-out loss, but a nun for 1,000 years making a deal with the actual devil from literal Christian Hell for that prize right there, the TWO World Championship.
That's right. Hildegard von Bangin, a mess of shame, a mess of pain inside her. Will that turn into victory or will that turn into failure? We need to see this match to find out.
This match is going to start any minute now. Carl, can you keep it together?
No!
The Killer Queef off to a great start, but forgot about Hildegard, who has just planted her down. But, Indiana missing with the dropkick, leaving the Hildegard von Bangin with a quick, almost inverted. Oh my goodness, and then a clothesline.
It's all happening so fast, Deuce, but I know we can handle this because we are professionals. We are here. We are the team that you TWO fans have for Brawloween, brought to you by the best candy in the world, Snickers.
Snickers! Remember that time the Killer Queef made you remember that time? Don't want to? Have a Snickers.
That's right. It will make you think about sugar.
But it will not. And once again, Indiana having a hard time connecting with the offense tonight after looking so sharp in her opening matches. What do you think? Is the pressure getting to her, Carl?
The pressure might be getting to Indiana. The strained relationships with her siblings might be getting to her. The threat of other characters centering themselves in the story. It's a lot for a girl to deal with.
Well, she has brought out the copyrighted shovel of doom. No, the shovel not playing a part. The Killer Queef able to take her down. Once again, just a step too slow for Indiana so far.
And that shovel, it giveth, but it taketh away. Den the Willing used it to beat Werner Herzog within inches of his life. And that DNA still coded into there. But it has led many a wrestler astray who thought it could carry them to the same victory.
In the meantime, Indiana getting her head knocked to the ground by Hildegard von Bangin.
And the Killer Queef bringing pain to Hildegard von Bangin.
That just quick reverse elbow, and right now, Indiana caught from behind, being sent into the ring. The Killer Queef wants this action inside the ring where everyone can see it, as she brings out that shovel and just humiliates them all over again with these.
Yeah, those moves. You gotta wonder, Deuce, often in a triple threat, you'll have kind of a power dynamic where maybe two of the wrestlers have some affinity with each other, and that can lead to them ganging up on one person. I don't foresee that happening tonight. These three wrestlers all hate each other, all want that women's title belt.
And there are no friends when it comes to championships here at Twoo.
On TWO, Twoo. Hosting Brawloween, brought to you by the Actual Devil from Literal Christian Hell, and sponsored by Snickers.
Hey, are you hungry? Have you recently cut a deal with the Actual Devil from Literal Christian Hell? Well, one of those things can be cured. Have a Snickers.
That's right. And speaking of things that can't be fixed, Indiana just dazed and confused from the beating Hildegard gave her.
And now Indiana back into it, though. That dropkick now connecting, and suddenly right in charge isn't us. And the sledgehammer has entered the chat.
Oh dear, the sledgehammer. I hoped we wouldn't see it, but it went right to Indiana's most sensitive region, and that is not her relationship with her dad. That's her crotch.
And once again, the crotches, we've got to guard the crotches there a little bit better, I think. But we've also got to give our respect to Indiana, who started out slow, but keeps battling her way into commanding leads, and then just a face full of ass from the Killer Queef.
Speaking of faces full of ass, Hildegard von Bangin's face is out of the ring and out of the match, but she's fixing that problem now.
Code breaker from the Killer Queef. And Hildegard missed the shooting star press.
Instead, hit her head right on the head of the sledgehammer. Could not have gone worse for the nun.
It truly could not have.
Hildegard von Bangin, though, got one move done and preened. Not a good choice, Hildegard.
Now, when you've made a deal with the Actual Devil from Literal Christian Hell, you've got to make good on it, because what if you don't? What if she made that deal for nothing? Carl, what has she given up?
She's given up everything. She's given up her 1,000 years of devotion to her Christian Lord. She's given up her entire record of integrity, all of her achievements in every field: medicine, music, science, religion, theology.
1, 2, we've got a new champ. We do not have a new champ.
We don't have a new champ, but Indiana in a power position against Hildegard right now. She doesn't want to give it up because she is the main character, according to herself.
And she's got that sledgehammer, and she's going to work like a main character, except for Hildegard von Bangin, grabbing her by the hair, dropping her face on the handle.
And you see the desperation in Hildegard's eyes. She knows that she's given it all up for this match.
And now, Indiana just taking out all of her father issues on the face of Hildegard.
And Queef missing a big move. Indiana making her pay right away, giving her noogies like a bullying sibling.
We got 1, we've got 2, we've got no! The Killer Queef, it's gonna take more than noogies to put a Queef down. I am constantly saying that, Carl.
I don't know what will put a Queef down. I've tried therapy. I've tried to confront my trauma through art and all sorts of weird experimental stuff that they did to me with switching lights on and off. It didn't work. I'm thinking about my personal Queef history right now.
I'm thinking about how Hildegard von Bangin was going to work with that shovel, and somehow the Killer Queef put a stop to it. She may have saved her life and Indiana's at the same time. Carl,
is it going to give her the belt, Deuce?
It has not yet, but we'll see how it goes. She has extended this match, but she has been sent into the corner, and right now Hildegard von Bangin has ill intent as Indiana makes her way into the ring, but probably not in time to disrupt whatever this is.
Queef ascending the ropes, though. She's dazed, but she could still put a move together here.
Hildegard has got a lot riding on this. She may be putting it all into this move. Poison Rana from the top rope!
Dear God, I could hear the vertebrae snapping almost!
And if they didn't snap, just a disrespectful kick to those same vertebrae from Indiana, but forgetting about Hildegard when making the cover.
Absolutely unkind, absolutely inconsiderate, but absolutely appropriate for a championship match here at Brawloween!
Brawloween?
Brawloween!
Brawloween!
The Wii. Brawloween.
We've got to cover, but no, the Queef is right there to break it up. Not even one. Once again, an irritated Jacoby that even had to get in position there.
Yeah, Jacoby has had a long night. He's still got a long night to go with 2 more matches. I understand the man pacing himself. I wish I knew how to.
And the Queef now dropping the knees into the abdomen of Indiana, even as a chair enters via Hildegard von Bangin.
Oh, the Queef dropping Indiana on her head. The Queef getting up on the ropes. Hildegard missing with a chair, but then hitting with a chair. The chaos and carnage does not stop, Deuce. It does not stop.
But look at that. Hildegard missing with a chair once on the Queef as she escapes outside of the ring, and then a second time as Indiana was able to dodge, and now just taunting Hildegard.
Indiana
and getting a super kick to the face for her trouble.
Yeah, that's the way it goes in a triple threat. The moment you get up, you're about to come down.
Oh, she called that the Last Supper. I am sorry. That was the Last Supper to the face, and then a clothesline, which she just calls a clothesline.
You know what I didn't have tonight, Deuce? Supper. I was trying to put things together in a way where I thought I'd be able to pick up some spaghetti and meatballs on the way, eat it while I was driving. But you know, one thing leads to another. I got the call time wrong. Anyway, I'm very hungry.
Here, I happen to have ad copy that I need to read. Have you tried to get things together in a particular way where you were going to have a spaghetti and meatballs, but got the call time wrong and got delayed in traffic? Here, have a Snickers.
Oh, thank you. That's the slogan. Oh, much better. Just like supper.
1, 2, and
No, the Killer Queef in jeopardy of losing, but it didn't happen there.
Right now, Hildegard in control.
Channeling her guilt, channeling her desperation, and putting a hurting on Indiana with Killer Queef out of the ring. Could this be it?
That could possibly be it, but she is not stopping there. She's just going to work with that sledgehammer. She wants to be absolutely sure, and that was her downfall. Somehow, Indiana, having been beat the tar out of with a sledgehammer, is back. However, so much so that she missed that clothesline.
That's right. These wrestlers, each of them taking a beating.
1, 2.
Oh my God, no! No, so close. Hildegard almost making good on her deal with the actual devil from real little Christian hell.
Yeah, little Christian hell is the worst place in the world.
It is. It's even worse than literal Christian hell because no one knows how to pronounce it.
There are more ladders under that ring. How much have those ladders been fucking tonight, Carl?
Deuce, enough! Enough is how much they've been fucking. I wish they would stop, but they just don't.
Are there more fucking under there right now?
You hear the clanging. Can you not hear the clanging of those ladders making sweet, violent love to each other?
I was certain that it was not a clanging of violent love ladders, but it was the Queef inspiring my own guilt. But no, it might be both of those above. In the meantime, what's happening in the ring? No one knows! Everyone's missing everything! Everyone is disoriented. They're probably distracted by the sound of the violently fucking ladders!
Bam! Ba-bam! 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 Clang! Rust! Rubber! All of those things!
Cover!
Wow! She lands! Deuce, did you see what I just saw? We have a women's champion! It is the 1,000-year-old nun who made a deal with the actual devil!
From literal Christian hell, she had with the last ounce of her being falls backwards onto the Killer Queef.
Could you have a more fitting conclusion to that incredible, epic, historical match?
There she is being presented by Jacoby with the Women's Championship. People will be upset about her entry into this final, but there is no disputing that with the last gasp of energy she had, she made good on her deal with the actual devil.
And that is the story here. She made good on a deal with the devil. She is the Women's Champion of TWO, and we've got more coming here on Brawloween.
Coming to a TWO arena near you next season. absolutely terrifying. Epic. A total thrill ride. The event of the century. You've heard of a blockbuster hit, but now get ready for the one and only Blockbuster Brit. So hold on to your butts, cause she's kicking ass and collecting late charges.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Indie films are for nerds.
I really need this punching spot. TOTW. Your car is nice, go to the pay lot. Drive away, right away, and making this great spot.
But just so you know, even though you were waiting, I was circling.
This is me, your friend Funtimestein. We're here in the reserved parking spot still at Dr. Michael Romano's. We've established squatters' rights at this point. This is my new home. We're not leaving.
I've noticed you every single day in the parking lot of my cardiology practice. In my parking spot, the best parking spot in the whole damn lot. Because we are going to propose something that will resolve this conflict once and for all. The Employee of the Month Championship. If you win, you will be conferred this title that will give you the best parking spot in my cardiology office, as well as every wrestling venue that the holder gets to go to. Also, you can cut to the front of all catering lines and get 10% off streaming services.
Dr. Michael Romano, Funtimestein, Employee of the Month Championship, and you heard it laid out from the good doctor himself. There is so much on the line with this belt, Carl.
Deuce, I cannot contain myself. These are two incredibly talented, strong, resilient wrestlers. One coming from the top of his industry, one technically in an industry but not effective in it at all. But these are two of the best wrestlers we have, two fan favorites. I cannot pick one. Deuce, do you have one?
As we all know, having a nice palatial estate on Malibu,
you do have that.
A houseboat that you
I've not visited, but you do have
can fully ignore. This is very stressful. I've got to say, I visit Michael Romano, cardiologist, frequently to make sure that the stress is not too much for me. That said, Funtimestein one time split a sandwich with me. He's my favorite.
There we go. He brings my personal favorite character in the whole organization, Footface, to the match. But not to be sold short. Dr. Michael Romano has maybe been through more than any of us in our lives. With the way that his arm distended from his body, became potentially possessed during a match 2 episodes ago. And he's still here. He's reconjoined.
Those arms look better than ever. As we know, he took a sip from an unlabeled vial, and things went wonky from there, but he is back. He is looking in phenomenal shape and could very well walk away as TWO's first Employee of the Month champion.
Yeah, with parking rights, with 10% off streaming, with all sorts of perks that come with the title. He wants his parking spot back. I don't knock it against him, but we've got this belt on the line, the beautiful, regal, hardworking Employee of the Month belt.
And there it is.
Jacoby presenting it to the masses.
With all the reverence he can muster.
It's not a lot, but it's some.
He's had a very hard night, and we are starting this match, and Michael Romano right with the clothesline. He wants his parking spot back more than anything, Carl.
And as we do know, Funtimestein at the last minute tried to get out of this match. Showed that he wants nothing more than Dr. Michael Romano's approval. He wants job opportunities. He realizes that he's hit a dead end as a children's entertainer. Dr. Michael Romano not having it after these weeks of him squatting in that parking spot, and you see it right here in this match.
Yeah, he tried to mount a little bit of offense, but is his heart not in it? And if his heart's not in it, who would know better than a literal cardiologist?
That's exactly right. But when your heart is not in it, your sock friend could be. That's Funtimestein's not so secret weapon, his foot face right there, carrying him through his weakest moments.
Footface could very well be the secret, and
here we go.
This is a false count anywhere match, folks.
That's exactly right. Lead officially been buried. We've got a false count anywhere match between Funtimestein and Dr. Michael Romano. What does that mean, false count anywhere? I don't understand it.
Yeah, well, when you pin someone, that is an attempted fall.
Right, but that's in the ring is where you do that.
But what if that counted anywhere?
Oh, so you mean like on the steps to the ring?
Anywhere.
Like outside the ring?
Anywhere.
Like in the stands?
Carl, I'm gonna tell you this. Anywhere.
At a Denny's.
Anywhere.
At your houseboat.
That is, if they can find it, perfectly legal.
Well, I hope they do, because then I know how to get there.
In the meantime, not in the ring, outside the ring, where there is no countout happening.
Funtimestein taking it to Dr. Michael Romano and going into the stands. These fans love what's happening here. And I love that the Employee of the Month belt can be had anywhere, because employees can work anywhere.
Employees exist in all spaces. Den the Willing shows that they can exist as high as the 107th floor or as low as the first floor.
Other things that could be anywhere. Kembo sticks and sledgehammers. You never know where TWO is gonna lead those violent treats.
Did you just say Kimbo sticks?
I did say I said Kimbo slice sticks. Kendo.
You were not saying,
I said kendo.
You were not saying that the sticks were sitting with like legs of Kimbo.
Wait, that's not what they're for?
They are for hitting and hurting.
Oh, that's right, like kendo.
Funtimestein is hurting Dr. Michael Romano, cardiologist with that steel chair.
Funtimestein may have come in a little less than full-hearted, but clearly putting it together in this match. These two wrestlers, very equally matched. They have a long history. They have deep resentment. And it's coming through right here. These two wrestlers, I can't pick a winner.
I will tell you who the winner is going to be, and that's whoever gets a fall, which will count literally anywhere. Dan, the spotlight operator, doing a fantastic job right now.
Dan earning his very meager paycheck. Funtimestein giving it to the Dr. Michael Romano. I want either of them to win. I want both of them to win. I want someone to win.
Well, if they both win, then you gotta fit two cars into one spot. You gotta fit two people into
the front. So they cut the cars in half. They gotta cut the cars in half and fuse them together.
Well, that's a very King Solomon way to deal with this issue.
I am not a king. I am not Solomon. I am a mere Carl Featherbottom, but fuck do I love Falls Count Anywhere matches!
It could happen right now, even though they're way behind.
It could happen and it would count.
Can you? I just want to tell the people in front of this action to turn around and watch Dr. Michael Romano, cardiologist, and Funtimestein have this amazing match where the falls can count. Get this, Carl, literally anywhere.
Funtimestein gets it. Chair on the head of the doctor, not his heart, which he would know how to heal.
No, this is a head injury, which we have well documented. Dr. Michael Romano does not care to treat, does not care for anyone's head health, merely that they have healthy tickers. And now Funtimestein confusing him and then catching him with a chop. I gotta think a chop was not enough offense.
It was not enough offense. One thing we are realizing is
Dr. Michael Romano hates that table.
Yeah, he hates that table, but thankfully not ours. The move dodged by the amazing Funtimestein. He's like a bouncing ball. You can't stop him. You just gotta follow him.
Is Funtimestein trying to leave? Is he just trying to get out of this match once again? Carl is...
He might be doing that, or he might have a plan. Oh, smacking the face of the doctor.
They're going out next to the stage area. Carl, once again, Dan doing a fantastic job. I cannot, Dan makes more than Den the Willing does, right?
I want to believe that because he's contributing more to the show. Right now, he is following him with not one, but 2 spotlights throughout the entire arena. And I want to remind you, they could leave the arena.
And their fall would still count. And what they trying to leave the arena.
Would the fall matter?
I think that Funtimestein is trying to leave the arena.
He's going now back to the entrance.
Oh, he caught a drop toe hold on Dr. Michael Romano, Cardiologist, and just now he is in control. No, not off the stage.
Right,
Dr. Michael Romano staying on.
Set pieces that we have here for Brawloween.
Brawloween?
Oh, no. It's Footface getting ready.
Nope, Dr. Michael, huge German suplex to counter.
A total strategical error.
We got one, just one. That fall would have counted because we are anywhere.
Yeah, and Jacoby knows it because he's counting the falls.
Unlike he would do in a steel cage, there's a big butterfly, what do you call that? It's a suplex.
And that was like a slam?
In the meantime,
I'm going with slam.
Inverted Death Valley driver.
Yeah, Michael Romano taking a liking to the entrance steps right here.
We've got a one now. Just a one.
Very quick kick out from the amazing Funtimestein, a heart of children's entertainer who has put himself and his car in Dr. Michael Romano's reserved parking spot because of the premium Wi-Fi that can be obtained there.
I don't know much about premium Wi-Fi. What I do know is, and once again, Funtimestein just trying to leave. Just trying to get out. No, he's got it once again. Suckered us all.
You think it's leaving, but it is a cat and mouse game, and he is using it with strategic precision against this doctor.
But he's literally running away from Michael Romano right now.
He knows what he's doing. He's a children's entertainer. They always have a plan.
He missed that kick so hard that we've teleported to the other side of the ring.
It happens. Anything can happen in a falls count anywhere match.
Because the falls count.
Not here, not there, but anywhere.
Well, they could have counted
here. They could have counted in those 2 spots. Did I misspeak? No, because I'm a professional.
Which seventh there? Once again, we got a little bit of a disturbance?
Yeah, but we've got a doctor on the floor. We've got a children's entertainer and a sock puppet taking advantage.
Well, Dr. Michael Romano is in trouble now as Funtimestein leads him on the ropes for... He's going to go after that leg.
Yeah, there's a lot of
wrench. He is wrenching that ankle on the ropes. I got to ask you this now, Carl.
Sure.
Knowing what we know about Dr. Michael Romano, cardiologist.
That's his name. They don't actually say the comma. It's a punctuation mark. They're there to not be said out loud.
Why would Funtimestein not work the arms?
Funtimestein, maybe. So he's an entertainer. That is his, God-given vocation.
So he's working the arms to artificially extend this match.
That's exactly what I'm suggesting. I am suggesting that Funtimestein, while he wants to win Employee of the Month, while he wants to get that spot, while he wants the doctor's approval and respect, he also wants to put on a hell of a match here for these fans at Brawloween, and he and the doctor are giving it to us. I love this fight.
This match is Carl approved, and Dr. Michael Romano has once again shown full disregard for brain health.
He does not care about the head. He does not care about the feet. He does not care about the back or the neck He wants to win.
Well, he might right now. We've got 1. We've got 2. We've got a kick out from Funtimestein.
You gotta wonder, did Jacoby get there a little late? I saw it with mine eyes, Deuce.
Well, it doesn't matter then. Ow! Just told Funtimestein to stop parking in my space with a literal stop sign. He is a cardiologist. He is not a writer. He does not know about subtlety.
No, he doesn't, but he knows about wrestling. And Funtimestein right now, he is losing. He is down. And Michael Romano is ready to put a hurting on him.
That flying elbow on the outside, that might have taken a little bit out of Michael Romano's hip, but it took a lot. And I hate to point this out, but that elbow went right to the heart of Funtimestein. Is Dr. Michael Romano so incensed at Funtimestein that he is disregarding another heart health?
I don't know, but Funtimestein, while he couldn't get out of that submission, Footface got him there with a butt punch.
We've seen effective butt punches all night. That's been a theme. This fall could count. 1, 2. No, it's a kick out.
Ooh, that Funtimestein, he is amazing. He got out of Dr. Michael Romano's cover there, but
Dr. Michael Romano with a hockey stick, but Funtimestein dodging.
Knocking the stick out of the doctor's healed arm and hand.
Both a healed arm and hand, but you do see that sleeve on the arm of Dr. Michael Romano. Is that trying to keep his arm together?
He's motioning for the doctor to come up. What's he gonna do? Oh, him and Footface put it right there to the doctor's shin.
And Footface now becoming a huge factor in this match.
You gotta wonder, is it almost unfair? He's kind of 2 wrestlers in one with that very, very realized character on his hand.
Not even, he is very much 2 characters, and very much knocking the good doctor. He just took, absolutely snatched the hockey stick away. Now he's wailing on Funtimestein.
It's a bit of a Friday the 13th situation. Wouldn't you suggest, Deuce, here on this Brawloween?
I don't know anything about
he got a pin.
2, no.
Whoa! And the doctor is beside himself. He thought he had the match in his healed hand.
He hit Funtimestein with that defibrillator, and that should have been it.
That finishes most wrestlers, but Funtimestein is not most wrestlers, Deuce.
Funtimestein is a children's entertainer whose hands may or may not have a life of its own, and Dr. Michael Romano is looking for...
Is it gonna be
a double axe handle to the head?
Whoa! I would not recover from that, and I don't know if Funtimestein could. He's stronger than I.
He's being positioned and getting up from that positioning.
I'm worrying about this singer, about this entertainer. I don't know if he has what it takes.
Well, he's got a belly-to-belly suplex in his back pocket, and he is on top of Dr. Michael Romano. Getting him by the nose.
Is that it? Is that Footface to your face?
That was Footface to his face. And the Footface was too and then just a kick in the junk.
Dr. Michael Romano taking a beating from Funtimestein. Is this?
That was a huge elbow drop right to the heart of the good doctor. No one knows how much that hurts more than a cardiologist. He is not capitalizing. He is going back to the arm.
Now, pain here.
Finally working the injured arm of Dr. Michael Romano, cardiologist.
Funtimestein absolutely in the driver's seat of the car going into the parking spot. That is the Employee of the Month belt. Is he going to win this match?
He is not if Dr. Michael Romano, cardiologist, has anything to say about it.
Michael Romano finding something in his reservoir of hope within himself, deep in that well-trained and healed heart and hand and arm.
Now
the Funtimestein keeps the fun times rolling and tosses the good doctor.
Now reservoir has come up again. Is this a medical term?
No, it is a term.
Okay, great.
It is a term I know that I use sometimes.
Well, it was a legal term, and then it was a medical term.
Oh my gosh, is it happening right here? It is happening. It's party time.
Right into the heart again. We've got 1, 2. No. Better heart health than a cardiologist.
I don't think anyone could, but Funtimestein says, give me more!
That's another drive into the heart. 1, 2, no!
He's out again! I don't believe this is happening! Deuce, I've never seen anything like this!
Please! You're gonna break our very cheap table.
That's probably right, and I don't know how to control my emotions. I've been working on it with my head doctor. But anyway, we're talking about a heart doctor, we're talking about a children's entertainer, we're talking about the employee of the month, Belt Deuce!
And we're talking about a steel chair to the head, and now almost backing off now. No, he's back on it!
But what does Funtimestein want to do? He's been so clear in his intent for so long, and he hesitated for a moment, and that could be his undoing!
It is given Michael Romano, cardiologist, with that huge European uppercut, a window back in, and he is going to the top rope.
My thoughts and prayers going out to Funtimestein right now.
And now a big elbow of his own, but to the back, not to the heart of Funtimestein.
No, he follows his Hippocratic oath to do no harm specifically to the heart, usually.
But more European uppercuts now, and now just sizing up Funtimestein. What's he got in mind? Dropping his throat across the top rope, and now he's got that steel chair, and now he is not hesitating to beat the absolute shit out of Funtimestein.
And Funtimestein, though, used his children entertainer skills to fuse through the chair and come back and get a chance on his feet.
Is that something they teach children's entertainers?
Yeah, no, it's the final exam of children's entertaining school, so I was told by Funtimestein in a conversation weeks ago.
So, like children's party clown.
Yeah, no, they fuse through chairs specifically.
Barney the Purple Dinosaur.
Could do it.
Mr. Rogers.
Could do it.
Sharon, Lois, and Bram and their elephant show.
Could do it. Not the elephants. They didn't finish school.
Well, there you have it, folks.
And Dr. Michael Romano, realizing the job has not been done, he wants to build this out.
We gotta cover 1, 2, no! Funtimestein lives! Funtimestein lives!
Funtimestein lives! Dr. Michael Romano says, I want you to die!
Is this really a doctor who is wishing death on another person over a parking spot?
Funtimestein to his feet, but not for long. Funtimestein, all he wants deep down is the doctor's approval. Is he gonna get it, win or lose? We don't know.
He's on that chair. That is the lifestyle change, but he missed it. And Funtimestein immediately connects.
What makes the doctor bleed? Blood coming from the doctor's heart out through his head. Funtimestein showing signs of life in this match.
And Carl, I've got to ask you, is Dr. Michael Romano now distracted by thinking about how his heart is pumping the blood up through the gash in his head?
A doctor cannot help but run diagnostics when he sees a heart overextended. This has got to be Funtimestein's window of opportunity.
Well, Funtimestein is sizing him up. Big drop kick. Can he make the cover? He's not making the cover, for the love of God, Carl.
What is he thinking? What is this?
He's got the knee drop right into that exposed head. A second knee drop. Could he beat that? He's still not trying so hard.
He's running. He's just running because, remember, falls here could count anywhere.
Literally anywhere.
Funtimestein, what do you have in you? Will you show us the bouncing ball? Will you show us foot face? What do you have?
Snake eyes!
Whoa!
Once again now working on the head and the arms. Heart doctor
destroying Michael Romano.
What has snapped in Funtimestein that he would do this much damage? 1, 2,
this is it.
3!
Funtimestein! did it! He is our employee of the month!
Dr. Michael Romano, the cardiologist, has lost his parking spot, his spot in catering, his 10% discount on streaming services. He's lost it all to the amazing Funtimestein.
He's holding up that belt, but you can see the pain in his eyes. He really still wants that doctor's approval. He's gotta find a way to do it. But he has put everything and then some into this match, into this season, into that parking spot. He has got to be happy.
You would think so.
Yeah, Brawloween.
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 So much Brawloween and wise.
Hey everybody, it's your brother, everybody's brother, and if there's 3 things I need to get off my chest about Lyle Guard, it's why are you obsessed with the rules? Why did you break those rules to cause me to get my head caved in against Auntie Santy? And why I am going to make a better champion. Lyle, you're saying, I've seen the footage. You want that belt. You really want that belt. So you can enforce the rules. So you can enforce that sportsmanship. What is it about you and rules, man? You are lifeguard of the pool, Lyle. You're not the lifeguard of the ring. They're not your rules. Huh? Complain about me and just keeping on with that fight. You know who didn't stop the fight? Jacoby. You know who didn't stop the fight? General Doug. You know who didn't stop the fight? Dr. Michael Romano, cardiologist. And he's a doctor. You're not. What rules do you think I broke, bro? But then, right as I'm on the verge of taking down one of the biggest dudes I've ever fought in the ring, you have to pop on and give your little commentary? You know what that cost me? Getting my head punched through the canvas 2 or 3 times. I lost count. You can check the tape. You're obsessed with rules, except when it benefits you, Lyle. Why am I going to make the better champion? Because you want to control everything. You want to be the wrestler, the referee, the commentator. Do you want to be the CEO as well? You want the belt to enforce the rules. I want it because I want to celebrate fun, Lyle. I want to celebrate chaos. And at this Brawloween, it's gonna be Brothers Grimm, baby!
Everybody's brother. Look, gotta be honest, I'm a little nervous. Nervous how this league's gonna look if you ever become champion. If I become champion, rules! Beautiful, beautiful rules for everyone. What could be better than that? If you become champion, some version of chaos. And that's not what I need. To be honest, I don't need much. I don't need a brother. I'll tell you that much. Because I have my rules.
They're there for me every single morning, without fail. What better way to start your day than with a nice big scoop of rules? They help to provide me nutrients and energy, just like a good old Snickers bar. They help me to train, so I'm ready for anything that can be thrown at me. They help me to relax. They help me to have just a good old time. I love rules, and rules are better than brothers any day.
There's no running from Lyle.
There is still another championship to be given out, and Carl, it's between Lyle Guard and that sleazy motherfucker who doesn't deserve to be here, everybody's brother.
Deuce, just like Lyle Guard, my own reservoir within me is absolutely spent after all of these matches tonight. I don't even know if I have anything in me. Lyle Guard
Reservoir is a medical term?
No!
A legal term?
No! Do you know about the Quabbin Reservoir? It's like that, but a metaphor. Anyway, here's everybody's brother, one of the 2 contenders for the first Titan Wrestling Online Men's Championship. Our last match of Brawloween, the stakes could not be higher. Deuce!
Well, he is running through that purple fog just the way he ran through a fully disabled Michael Romano, Cardiologist, to get a cheap entry into this final.
Deuce, rules is rules. It doesn't matter who you're playing. If you win, you win. And that's the way it works in wrestling, and that's the way it works here at TWO. Everybody's brother has done everything he needs to do to be a contender for the men's championship.
I beg to differ, Carl. He has told me that I need to get into that ring after years of quality analysis and almost a 70% hit ratio on naming wrestling moves.
Absolutely in the neighborhood of your ratio. Speaking of in the neighborhood, we have a circling scooter rider. He is Lyle Guard, the lifeguard, the one who has won the most matches in the men's division of TWO, here to try and claim our first men's championship.
Well, he did, however, lose to our Belt of Damocles champion, the Keeper. That's got to be rattling around the back of his lifeguard brain.
Absolutely, and it can't help that he was backstage in our locker room watching the Keeper win tonight. He's got to wonder, do I deserve this?
Does anyone deserve? We've got 2 people who may possibly not deserve it. I think Lyle Guard, very deserving of, look at that beautiful belt, the TWO Men's World Championship.
It glitters, it's gold, it's glamorous, it's TWO. It is Brawloween, and it is brought to you by Snickers.
Snickers! Hey, did your brother and my brother and possibly Carl's also brother sneak his way into a world championship match by way of a fully disabled heart doctor's messed up arms? Here, have a Snickers.
Watch him. Watch the man in the ring. He is putting a hurting on Lyle Guard. He deserves to be here, Deuce.
You can tell me he deserves to be here. I can look at him and see that he has got Lyle Guard in a bad way. I can see that this guy has got mad wrestling skills on top of mad wrestling skills.
And mad brothers.
And he has got brothers literally everywhere. And I still think he doesn't deserve to be here. And I am not just saying that because he called me out personally and I am taking offense.
Oh, good. Good to know that you are not projecting and that you're being fully genuine. Speaking of fully genuine, the motivation of Lyle Guard to enforce the rules and take the men's championship at TWO.
And he is going to be the first 12 men's champion. If that move has anything to say about it, well, he left the
out of the ring, into the ring. You can't keep an eye on this lifeguard.
I can tell you one thing about that lifeguard, that's that he's got immaculate hair.
It is great hair. How do you feel about everybody's brother's hair?
It is shitty. I hate it.
Shitty hair. You heard it from Deuce.
And this is it. We've got a men's champion. Lyle Guard has got that arm lock synced in.
It's
and
over.
Everybody's brother is out of it.
Oh,
God damn it.
That was a good escape by a very deserving final 2 member. Both of these wrestlers ascended through the tournament, through pancreation, to be here at the championship match. Whatever you think about everybody's brother, he won his way here.
He won his way here because a doctor who is not our Employee of the Month champion.
No, that's Funtimestein.
Had 0 working arms.
That's true. He didn't even have 1. They were both really going crazy. Some people talk about it like there was a possessed arm, but they were both demonically distended from his body.
And I gotta tell you right now, everybody's brother hates that we constantly talk about Michael Romano's arms in a match that he won. So I'm going to take this opportunity to continue to talk about Dr. Michael Romano, Cardiologist's arms in that match that I don't know who won, honestly.
I think you know who won.
No idea.
You disingenuous motherfucker.
Who are you calling disingenuous, sir?
I'm calling the man who once accidentally told me I could stay in his houseboat guest room and then immediately backed off on it. That's who I'm calling a disingenuous motherfucker here at Brawloween in our men's championship match.
Well, I've got news for you, sir. My houseboat is there.
Thank you. Okay, confirming the reality. Yes, continue.
For you.
What?
To find.
Oh.
Using 0 maps and navigational tools.
A quest. Carl Featherbottom loves a quest.
And Lyle Guard loves a springboard moonsault.
And I and you love Snickers.
Hey, is everybody's brother a dipshit? Have a Snickers.
That's the slogan. And Lyle Guard also agrees. Everybody's brother is everybody's dipshit. He is taking him to school, teaching him every rule of the ring and the beach.
And Lyle Guard is up top. Big elbow. Once again, he watched so many big elbows in that Funtimestein Michael Romano match. 1, 2. And you gotta like that he's bringing that strategy of what's come before into the match that he's in now.
Absolutely. Lessons learned, good storytelling, and great wrestling from Lyle Guard.
But missing with that dive, and that's 2 knees right into the ring.
Not gonna do
everybody's
well.
brother, who once again, a full piece of shit who does not deserve to be here, very much taking advantage of with a big, insane elbow.
Whoa, and possibly winning.
He calls that Mama's gonna get mad.
Yeah, but Mama is just fine, apparently, because Lyle Guard continues to participate in this match.
Is he gonna get mad? No, she's not going back to the top rope. He's going for some stomps. And then a standing shooting star press, but her legs get up. But it's
Lyle Guard, too much heart, too much knee for everybody's brother.
But those knees still hurting. Fortunately, they're well padded now. Just pounding on his face. This is not lifeguard behavior.
Lyle Guard has thrown out his rule book. He wants a belt, and he'll do whatever it takes to get it.
Does Lyle Guard hate everybody's brother as much as I do?
I don't know. All I know is that he's the scariest lifeguard I've ever seen.
The knees are up a second time. You cannot splash Lyle Guard. His knees are unstoppable.
Lyle Guard has learned some lessons from his loss to the keeper, and he has brought them here tonight on Brawloween. He is ready to take it to everybody's brother, and he wants to make him everybody's loser.
Well, he's got a gut wrench all around and then back, and he's holding on.
Oh, he's got control of everybody's brother. He's got control of this match. He's putting all of the pain on everybody's brother.
Without a hair out of place, Carl.
Deuce, do you want his hair gel?
I would love his hair gel.
I will talk to him. Lyle Guard and I have started texting.
Are you also texting Indiana?
I am not yet, but I'm planting seeds toward future potential texting.
Because I just need to know if she's down to hang out or whatever.
Because you want to be her friend.
So much friendship.
Yeah, you want that. Okay, great. Lyle Guard doesn't want friendship. He wants a title belt.
Well, who the fuck would want to be friends with everybody's brother who takes advantage of a cardiologist, a man who operates on hearts at his lowest moments?
He did take advantage of him, but he didn't even pin him, if I recall correctly. He just was the right man at the right time to win the right match.
Are you apologizing for everybody's brother who that was a wedgie bomb? And now we've got Lyle Guard 1, 2.
Could this? Oh, almost there, Jacoby. late on his counts, and it helped everybody's brother get life in this match.
Everybody's brother with his head driving right into the jaw.
We are seeing history being made, Deuce. We are seeing the first TWO Men's Championship belt being won.
And it could be won by a valiant lifeguard who saves lives, much in the way that a cardiologist would.
Or it could be won by a person who is the male sibling of every person ever.
But also a total piece of shit, and I will reiterate, not just saying that because he specifically called me out on this broadcast.
I am glad to know that your integrity as a commentator is maintained. Did you see that jump? That he tried to alter his direction, he still missed.
And Lyle Guard, rather, just pumping up this crowd who hates everybody's brother as much as I do.
They have been here for every single match tonight here at Brawloween. Their energy only continues to go up. Their support for everybody's brother could not be lower. Their support for Lyle Guard could not be higher. What's gonna happen if everybody's brother wins this match? I don't know.
It won't be pretty, but Lyle Guard back into everybody's brother right there, however, with a huge right hand.
I am telling you, he is a great wrestler. He is an accomplished wrestler. However, he won that one match. He could win this.
I am telling you right now, no, he hit the standing shooting star press.
He's going
for
first
a
champion.
second one. The knees were not up. We've got one. And only one, because Lyle Guard is good and righteous, and everybody's brother is just a kid.
Also because Jacoby had to take the longest possible route to start that count.
Jacoby takes circuitous routes all the time.
And especially ones that happen to benefit Lyle Guard.
That is a third standing shooting star press. Lyle Guard's knees are no longer a good defense against it.
Everybody's brother approving of what's happening.
But a springboard moonsault from Lyle Guard has him back in control. He's sizing up everybody's brother.
Neither of these wrestlers showing any sign of letting up here tonight for the men's championship, and I wouldn't want it any other way.
And again, just huge right hands.
Lyle Guard not using those hands or arms for swimming anymore. He's here in the ring and he wants to use them for pain.
That's right, get him, Lyle! Make him suffer! The way that he made me suffer!
He made you suffer with one sentence, Deuce. You are the thinnest skinned partner I've had in TWO.
I'm the only partner you've had in TWO.
Also true.
I am also the thickest skinned partner you've had in TWO.
Point given. You win on that.
We've got a cover. We've got 1, 2. No!
Everybody's brother doesn't want it to end there. Lyle Guard not ready to not win.
I don't know what any of that meant, but I think that Lyle Guard he's got that Hurricane Rana on the low bridge.
Whoa, he put everybody's brother head right into those lifeguards.
And now right over the top rope.
Right there.
Diving right into everybody's brother. And now a disrespectful kick. Get him, Lyle. Make him suffer.
He's putting every single bit of energy and experience and violence into winning this match.
Lyle, you have to make him choose his words more carefully when talking about the commentary and the professionalism of the TWO announce team.
Particularly Deuce Silverado, who is letting his journalistic integrity be compromised.
Huge gut ridge power slam. And he's going back to the gut ridge, throwing everybody around, holding on to it, making him suffer not only for the rules, but also for me, Deuce Silverado.
Speaking of you, Deuce Silverado, where can falls count in this match?
Only in the ring.
Well, then why is Lyle Guard trying to make everybody's brother fall outside?
Because everything hurts more out there where there are no rules.
I get it. And Lyle risking a countout, but coming back in. Everybody's brother ready for him. Everybody's brother dropping the pain on his face.
That springboard moonsault was connecting as much as my rage is connecting to everybody's brother.
And both of these wrestlers have dealt out and received punishment all night tonight. Who is going to be the one left standing?
Well, right now, everybody's brother in a great position. We've got a cover. We've got 1.
What?
2. What? No.
Out.
Thank God.
Wow. And the fans are beside themselves, except for the ones who like Lyle Guard because they wanted him to get out.
Well, they got those huge, he got 2 feet up to the face of everybody's brother. He's going up. Is this going to be the high dive?
It's
the high dive. We've got 1, 2.
Oh my God.
And a new bitch.
Deuce, we have a winner. It is Lyle Guard. He overcame everybody's brother to win the belt.
We did it, Lyle. We did it. We showed that motherfucker.
We did it together. We were both clearly on his side the whole time.
Yes, that's right. No matter how much you tried to apologize for him, I can see in your heart that you thought everybody's brother was a dick.
And you can see it in Lyle Guard's eyes, heart, and most importantly, his hair. He is overjoyed to be the new champion of TWO's men's division.
The TWO Men's World Champion with the best hair and unquestionably the best wrestler according to tournament rules.
And that's right, look at him holding up that belt. Mark this in your minds, TWO fans. We have our first champions.
I gotta tell you, Carl, this has been a fantastic season with a fantastic finale. What do you have to say?
I have to say, everybody, come back for season 2.
Anything else?
Love you.